Yo, welcome to Zerg Platinum 2. Today, we're doing, we're getting our Zerg up, boys. We're getting our Zerg up. I know it says I'm unranked at the moment, but it's because the new ladder season just started. We actually have new maps as well. Oh, baby. And we didn't find one this game, but there are new maps, guys. But we're doing everything we've been doing before. As I say, always, same shit. And yeah, we're getting crazy. We're getting crazy. Thank you very much, Jordy LaForge, for the Prime. And Art Vandalay, thank you for the gift sub.
Yeah.
Much love. Thank you guys.
We require more minerals.
Oh my god.
Get coins at rally.io.
Username Twitch user just got another $209 in Vibecoin. Yo, thank you very much, dude. Vibecoin is exploding right now, man. God damn. Oh my god. Alright, let's go ahead and expand. We're playing a Zerg versus a Protoss.
We require more minerals.
So if you notice, this probe tried to go to that part of my base right there. That's already a sign of some bullshit. Now I'm going to watch this probe. And I'm going to watch and see where he goes in Fog of War. I would not be surprised if he cannon rushes my base. And I'm still going to make drones. Am I going to stare at that probe and not make drones? No, I'm going to still make drones.
14 months
What's up,
ago you
Koopa?
and this series ruined my sleep patterns. Still suck but suck less and with a kick-ass economy. Much love.
Hell yeah. Happy to hear it, dude. Sorry your sleep has been fucked, but keep getting better, Rawbone. Much love on the support, dude, for the 14. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Loved your 2019 series, and loving this one so far too. Also got some Vibecoin. I feed these to my drones, right?
Nice, yeah, you do. Snowy Mole, thank you very much for the 11 months. And congrats on holding some Vibecoin. Oh, baby. Also, just so you guys know, the way Vibecoin works as well is there's a reward system that applies weekly on Rally. It's all crypto stuff. And long story short, in a simple way to explain it, the reward system actually gives you money based
Hey
on how much you
I've
hold
watched
of the
your
total
last
pool
two
of coin.
B2GM series twice each on YouTube. Went from gold to D3 thanks to you. Thanks for the great content and teachings.
Yo, Lucas Luca, thank you for the fucking 50. My God, bro. Good Lord, guys. The support is off the chart today. You guys are going nuts. Thank you very much, Lucas Luca. And I'm glad you've been enjoying B2GM series, dude. Gold to D3 is a big jump. So congrats on that, man. Let's put my Overlord over the cliff. Gonna inject our hatcheries. Make all of our droney boys. And now make our Evo Virtuorn. And yeah, we're just going for that, you know, the 9-minute max, guys. Happy as a clam.
Do you still love me, Vibu?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Excuse me. Why would I not? What did you do that would make me not? You did nothing wrong. Thank you, Koopa, for the bits, dude. Much love. Okay, let's make a few roaches. Let's also try and take our third base. Because, you know, we're fully saturated on the natural, and we want to take our third.
A creature is under attack.
This guy's all about killing my creep. What a dick. What a dickhead. Dickhead. Eject my hatcheries. Make a couple of roaches. Watch my supply. Let's not supply block. It's probably starting another overload right now.
Require more minerals. We require more
Get coins at rally.io.
Oh my goodness. Username Twitch user. Thank you for another 209 Vibecoin purchase. Holy shit. You're popping off on the coins. Thank you, dude. Bless you. Thank you. Sorry, guys. I fucking nose is super blocked again today. Doesn't feel too great. All right. So we got a Void Ray, right? He's got a Void Ray.
Oh yeah.
He has a Void Ray. That's all good. We're not panicking. A Void Ray is a Void Ray. We'll just make our Hydras eventually. Am I gonna make a bunch of spores right now? No. And why am I not gonna do that? Because he opened up with gateways, and he opened up with an expansion.
Yeah.
I have plenty of time to wait for my Hydras to spawn before we start taking actual damage. And now we can make our second Evo. We can make our Hydrogen. We can make our gas and our main, because our third base is going to be fully saturated here very shortly. And now we can start injecting our third base with with another queen, basically. And I just made another big round of drones. So we're looking to go towards 66, right? That's the goal, right? 66 drones. Whoops, I didn't mean to inject it with that queen. We can take our gases in space.
Metamorphosis complete.
Spread my creep. Get upgrades. Hydra upgrades. Get Carapace. Get ready to start level 2 weapons here pretty soon. Drone count is currently at 67. Perfect. Let's take one drone off and go build another hatchery, which will take us down to 66. And now let's Hydra up to 120 supply. Okay, we can also make an Overseer. That way we can, what's it called? Scout his base with changelings. Okay, so let's make a changeling. Let's set it on the right side of the map to start it off. And then we'll go to the left side next. Okay, we just injected our bases. Make another round of Hydra. Spread our creep. Wherever the creep is. Spawn another creep teamer there. And again, we're just trying to fill in gaps where my creep has gaps. So now the bottom looks okay for now. Let's go to the top. The top has a gap there. It has a gap there. It's going to have a gap there. And then this tumor can go there. So like we want to get creep going in all these different directions, right? We definitely don't want to be missing creep everywhere. And now we're at 120. So now we can go back into making drones. Okay, he's attacking us. Let's select our army. Go and move towards that. It's all good. We can get ready to get an infestation pit to go into a hive. And spread some creep while we're at it. Oh, spread some creep. Take our Hydras and go forward just to get rid of those voids so I can spread my creep up there. Spawn our creep over here. Make another round of drones. And drone count's currently 83. We're getting really close to being on the point where we're going to be happy. Let's have one drone go mine these out so I can eventually take this base.
Yeah.
And now we're 88 drones. That's
Hey
super good.
Vibe, love the series. Zerg Master Race, but you got me playing Terran and Protoss too. It's heart.
He's got lots of voids and stalkers. Yo, Skystale Studios, thank you for the 20, man. I'm glad you're liking it, dude. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, dude. King Julian, thank you for the 5.
I finally defeated a BC rush with just queens as you recommended the other day. Almost orgasmed.
That's what happens. Yeah, you see, you were edging yourself for so long with the bad builds. And finally, you just had that sweet release with your queen build. Okay, it's good. Let's get a little fucking graphic here. We probably have kids watching. Oh. Yeah, thank you very much, Skystale Studios. Much love. I'm glad you're, you know, that's an epiphany moment right there where you're just like, it fucking works. What? No way. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going mostly Hydras. And why am I going mostly Hydras? Because my opponent's going for Void Rays. Okay, so let's spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread creep. Maybe one more tumor there, and then the top side looks pretty good again.
You can just call me Cytail less than 3.
Cytail. No worries. Cytail, much love, dude, for the 100 biddies. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, dude.
5 SD. 5 SD. You gotta hold D.
Yes, correct. Alright, so we have our full army out. Let's go ahead and attack on the top side, and let's do this. Take my army and A-move right there. And take a good chunk of my army over here, and like A-move right here. We're going to have our army on both sides.
Get coins at rally.io.
Yo, Rally user, thank you for getting $313 of Vibacoin. Dude, Vibacoin is just exploding, man. Okay, some of my army's already engaging. It's okay, though. A-move right here. Shift, A-move. Shift, A-move. And now he's showing me he has Colossus. Colossus Void Ray is his style. So if he's going to do that, we actually need to make more than just Hydras now. For sure. So let's make a round of Roaches, and then we'll make Hydras behind it. Injector hatcheries while we're waiting. Drone count is still at 86. We're still looking solid on that. We can take another base so we don't lose our money. Let's get a Lurker Den started as well, just in case this game somehow turns into a base trade. And we're about ready to start 3/3 upgrades once Hive is done. Injector hatcheries, injector hatcheries, injector hatcheries. Go some creep down. Make Hydras while we're making creep. Make creep. Make creep. Make creep. And I feel pretty good on my creep. I feel like my creep's really well spread right now. So where's that queen we just sent down? Where is she? What did I just do with her? Where the hell did we put her? Oh, there she is. Have her just like start injecting a hatchery. Give us more injects. Okay, Hive is done. Let's get 3/3 upgrades. We're now maxed out. And now this time, let's send like just one roach really fast while we're... Oh, no, he's attacking us. Just kidding. Never mind. Don't worry about it. If he's going to attack us, let's go defend ourselves. Okay, so he's going for it. So let's do this. Take my army and like right click it a little bit further in, like this right here. Right click it up. And now A move towards him. That way we have a nice spread of units all over the place. And just A move towards him. Now go back to injecting. Go back to injecting. Go back to injecting. His army is still ground heavy, right? So that's all good. Transfer some drones around. This is the important part. Make sure our economy doesn't suck. And it looks like our army crushed. So let's do the exact same thing we did before. Take my army, A move right here. Green box a good chunk of it. And like A move right here. So we're splitting our army up again on both sides. We're setting up an initiation of a fight. Let's also, while we're at it, let's make one changeling. Just kind of scout the right side of the, or the left side of the map, because we haven't scouted that in a long time. We definitely don't want to fuck that up. Now let's A move our army like right there, and let's like shift A move our army right here and right here. And he actually built a wall there, so some of my units are getting really stupid. It's okay. It's all good. He's still going Stalker Colossus. He's going ground essentially. So what are we gonna do? Just keep making like 1/3 Roach, 2/3 Hydra, because he's going ground. We still want to have some Roaches in our army. Put some drones on this gas right there. Drone count's currently down by 1. Make a round of Roaches, and then make a round of Hydras. Also, we can fix our creep that the Protoss just killed up here. Like throw down like a couple more tumors to start spreading creep this direction again, and we'd be super good to go. Spread our creep, 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 creep. And then this queen here, like I said before, could just fix this creep in this location to make this creep spread there, so it's not just so empty. Because this is like the only part that's fucked up. There's no active tumors in this area. And then go right back to our hatcheries. Oh my god, we're microing now? There was no micro there. There was no engagement micro. Or there was no like in the middle of the fight micro. There was just... Oh, there was a form of micro. There was pre-fight micro. That's what I call it. That's what it literally is. It's a setup before the fight. You literally just move your army into a position that's going to be less terrible. And again, we'll break it down and we'll talk about it again. We've been talking about this for all the races so far in Platinum. We've done this as well in Platinum 3 Zerg as well. But let's look at this again really fast, okay? So here's our position, right? We're just making drones. We see our opponent expanded, so we're not freaking out. We're not like, oh, he's one base elevating us. And we don't need to make a spine crawler. Yo, Sally Streams, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So he keeps making an adept shade into my base, and he's fucking around, doing all that stuff. It's all good. Not a big deal. It's just annoying, right? You're just like hoping that he doesn't attack you. Okay, and we're just trying to. He killed both my creep tumors there. It's okay. It's again, it's annoying, but it is what it is.
The hive cluster is under attack.
Okay, and now what's he doing? Okay, think about this for a second. Okay, guys, this is something that is a really good concept to understand if you're a StarCraft player. What units has he made? What are these called? They're called adepts. And if you're a Zerg player, what do adepts do to you? What do they always do to you? What is the common theme that an adept will do to you when you see it at your base? And the answer is, it's it's going to try to kill your drones. So it falls into the category of economical harassment.
Oh,
ST2,
yeah.
ST2 triple X. Thank you for the 3-month resub.
Hey Dr. Vibe, fantastic, you're doing a new B2GM series, even more details, awesome shit. You're a 7.5k MMR teacher, the Cyril of teachers. GL and HF.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate that, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Much love, dude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back to the stream. But, so our opponent is going for adepts, right? And the goal of an adept is to kill my drones. He's also currently smacking my hatchery while it's being built. Now, the adept doesn't do...
yeah.
Sakeo, thank you for the 5-month resub. Thank you, dude. Much love.
I got D3 Protoss for the first time ever. Thank you so much.
Yo, congrats. Keep progressing, man. Congrats on Diamond. Fuck yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So an adept doesn't do insane damage to a building. It doesn't. It does a lot of damage to a drone, though. It 2-shots a drone, but it would take an adept a lot of damage to kill a building. It would basically take an adept... because you got to realize it would take an adept exactly 150 hits to kill a hatchery if a hatchery had no regeneration and no armor. So if it died like right as it was building, it would take 150 hits if it went all the way to 100% completion. A lot of hits, essentially. Okay, not going to hit buildings very hard. Once a hatchery's not in building anymore and it's done, it's going to actually have armor. It'll have an armor value, which means an adept will only do 9 damage to a hatchery. And you also have to include the fact that a hatchery has regen. And a layer has 2,000, by the way, not 1,500, so that's why it has more. This is a layer. But you get the point. The point I'm trying to make here is don't worry about the fucking math of how many hits it takes for an adept to kill a building. Just know it takes a long time. Okay? A fucking long time. But it doesn't take a long time for 2 adepts to kill a drone. 2 adepts hitting a drone at the same time, a drone would die in 1 hit from the 2 adepts together. And the adept's attack speed is only 1.6. 1.61 exactly. So that would mean that a drone could literally die every 1.61 seconds. 1.61. Kill. 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 Like, your drones could die pretty fucking fast if you let adepts sit in your middle line. Suddenly, 8 seconds later, you've already lost, like, what, 5 drones or so? Like, it's not going to feel good. You're going to be like, oh, this kind of sucks. So it's brutal, right? It's you want to be careful about that. So if we can understand what the concept of my opponent's build is here, with the fact that he opened up a couple of adepts, I know he's expanded, so I'm not expecting an all-in, but I also know now, because he's attacking me with it, that he's made multiple adepts, and now I'm thinking to myself, there's a chance my drones could die. That's what I care about here. So what am I going to do to deal with this? What you could do in a very easy way is just grab a couple of roaches. Don't select your whole army. Just grab a couple roaches and go, hey, 2 or 3 roaches. Go a move towards the hatchery. And what are they going to do? They're going to get him the fuck off my hatchery. They'd be like, make him move away. And what is he going to do when he runs away? It's common logic of players to do this. He's going to probably run this way with his adepts, but at the same time, he's probably going to shade this way with his adepts. And if I send my whole army to chase him, and my roaches end up being down here as his shade finishes, and now he teleports right there in my mineral line, that's going to suck ass. Because then my roaches have to run all the way back while my drones die. We don't want that to happen, right? That's really bad. So if I just tell a couple roaches to run over there, a couple roaches get him off my hatchery and stop making him get free damage on my building, which will just make it weaker when it's done. And then more roaches over here that just sit there will catch the adepts if they actually phase over to my other base. So splitting up your army and just leaving them around your mineral lines is really nice versus people who try to harass your economy. And as you can see, he runs away. He doesn't actually shade, so it's all good. He just runs away. But look, I have roaches sitting right there, and I have roaches sitting right there. So both mineral lines on the outside of my base are protected right now. Super nice. And we're like, Vibe, what if he actually what if he ran his adepts right here, and what if he is shaded into your main base? What if I just sent 2 of my roaches into my main base and chased the adepts? Fuck it, dude. Like, it's not a big deal. Just spread your army out a little bit versus people who harass you. It works really well against things like Hellions. It works really well against things like Adepts. It works really well against things that, whenever people try to harass your drones, with things like little bits of units, but it's not designed to kill you. It's just designed to weaken your economy. We'll spread your army out so you can defend yourself faster and easier. So other than that, at this point in the game, everything we're doing is exactly the same. It's all similar. all hunky-dory. We saturated third base fully, and then we make our fourth base. Our Overlord also was sitting right there over the cliff, and it just died to a Void Ray, so we know he's going Voids, which is why, you know, we're more confident in the fact that we're going to go for heavier Hydras right now. We want to go heavier in the Hydra side because he's already going Stargate units. We have a Changeling scouting the side of the map. It's all good. And then, you know, we're at our good drone count. We have our 120 safety supply, and now we're going back into drones. And now look, our opponent shows up with some Voids, right? Our opponent shows up with some Voids. And what happens? He kills a couple Roaches, and then he gets shooed away by the Hydras. Not a big deal. Super easy peasy. Okay, and our Changeling has confirmed our opponent has a third base right there. Awesome. We also reconfirmed that he has more Void Rays. We know he's got a hybrid of Gateway Void Ray. So we're happy to keep making Hydras. Yeah. He's still making Voids. It's all G. It's all good. Just keep making Hydras at this point. He's got a really heavy air army. Nobo, thank you very much for the sub, dude. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look at the drone count to the probe count. We're macroing like a beast. B2GM build, boys. We're macroing like a beast right now. We're happy with our drone count. And you notice as well, some people out there might be like, Vibe, but you went over. Why were you at 88? Doesn't the guide say go to 85? It's okay if you make 88. I'm not telling you to make 88, but I'm telling you that if you do that, it's okay. And you want to know why we went to 88? Because I went like this. 5SD, I let go of it, and I was maybe trying to get 7, and I got like 10. It's okay. Because you want to know why it's also okay? Those drones could be turned into things like extractors, hatcheries, another upgrade building like a lurker den or some shit, an infestation pit, a spore spine if I need to eventually take that. They could turn into buildings anyways, and my drone count suddenly goes down, and then I got to make more all of a sudden because drones get deleted when you build buildings, right? Because they sacrifice themselves to make the building. So it's okay. I would say don't stress about it. If you're really OCD about hitting 85, I do think you want to go. Your goal is like 85 pretty much. But if you happen to hit 88, 87, 86, 89, it's okay. Definitely don't try to go, like I would say anything around 85 is okay. If you're in the 80s, you're doing great. But if you actually are like, if you just make drones and you stop at like 74, that's a problem. If you're in the 70s, you definitely are going to notice a difference in your economy. You need to fucking make some more and get yourself into the 80s. Vice versa, if you're in the 90s or above the 90s, you're going to experience a problem again. And the reason why that's a problem is because you're never going to have enough money.
Get coins at rally.io.
Sorry, I said the wrong thing. Yo, user Twitch name, thank you very much for the 104 Vibe coin purchase again. Good God, that guy is going fucking ham today. Thank you, dude. What happens is if you're in like the 90 plus or like the 100 plus drone range, you're not going to have enough army supply available. So it's really weak in terms of when you're going to take fights and attack your opponent. It's too many drones to where now you just have like 20 supply or 10 supply less of Hydras and Roaches, which is going to, it's just going to in general weaken your army's damage output, which is going to make you more likely to lose fights. So you want to definitely stay in the 80s. 80s is like solid for remaxing over and over and over and over. And it's not too much and it's not too little. 70s and below that, you're definitely going to have a hard time remaxing if you're playing wasteful. And 90s plus, you're going to definitely feel like your army dies more often than it should because you just have less supply invested in army. 80s is perfect. 80s is good to go. The 80s had some good music.
Mineral field mutation.
So again, we're just setting up our thingy. Also, those people as well, there's some people out there are probably curious about the Vibecoin stuff. Vibecoin is, if you go to this website right here, rally.io, or if you go to my stream and type in either that command or this command right here, Vibu or Vibecoin, it'll link you information about it. And you see people keep doing
this.
Get
coins at rally.io.
Yo, Rally user, thank you for the $20 worth of Vibecoin purchase, man. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So these aren't actually donations to me, guys. It's not actually donations to me. It'll say they donated if it's actually a donation, but if it says they got coin, it means that they're just buying Vibe coin, and it's a content creator cryptocurrency. It's my own cryptocurrency, and I didn't just make it by myself and that's it. I'm on a website that is again, it's this website right here. It's rally.io, and it's basically like a side coin of like Ethereum, and I don't know all the super nitty gritty details. I might be someone who's a crypto god is probably gonna be like, this guy sucks ass at explaining this, and I probably do. I'm sorry. I don't claim to be a crypto god, but basically, there's a lot of content creators on that website that have their own cryptocurrency. I am one of them, and what people are doing when they buy the coin is you can use it to trade with other coin on the site. You can do things like that, and you can actually transfer it into traditional crypto if you want to as well, and you can actually do things like that. And if you actually hold coin, if you buy Vibe coin or anyone's coin on that site and you hold it, you can actually earn revenue based off of weekly rewards that are that are on that site. And weekly rewards are based off of like traffic. They're based off of activity, things like that. I definitely, if you're interested and you're intrigued about it, I definitely recommend you go check it out. Go type in those commands in my stream or something and go check it out and go see what's going on there. Also, we use Vibecoin as well to set up. Your Miranda's mom, thank you very much for the 13. Thank you.
You are by far the best SC2 streamer. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you, Miranda's mom. Much love. Appreciate it. That was super beautiful. Another thing we do with Vibecoin on my stream particularly is I run fun events sometimes, maybe like once a month, usually. Like where I'll do like free-for-alls. Like you guys remember like the zombie free-for-alls, the upgrade free-for-alls. Like fun events I'll run on my stream, and then it's done through Vibecoin as well. So it's like Vibecoin prizes with Vibecoin entries and stuff like that. So it's a cool way to like also get people involved and stuff. But yeah, anyways, that's what you keep seeing with the Vibecoin, and it's kind of going crazy right now, which is sick. But anyways, back to the B2GM. Okay, so you can see the hydras, right? Like this side on the right just got demolished. Like this is how we do like the spread attack, where it's like, all right, let's go ahead and spread our units out to set up a fight. Now I didn't realize not only did he have an observer there, but I also didn't realize he had a base here, because last time I scouted there was no base here. So we probably engaged a little too close. Next time it would make probably more sense if I attacked like right here instead.
Thanks for being such a great teacher. What would you say has changed from B2GM 2019? Do the changes reflect your growth as a teacher, or the change in meta, or?
So really quickly to answer that, 2019 B2GM is going to be different Diamond Plus for every race. The meta is actually something that I will teach you when you're actually able to multitask. I'm not going to teach you meta when you can't fucking macro. So Diamond, below Diamond is going to be the same for Zerg and Protoss for the most part. It's going to be super, you're going to see a lot of similarities. There's a couple differences where like, and now I'm teaching you like maybe rapid fire a little bit faster than I did before, because I'm actually teaching you I'm trying to like upgrade a little bit in theory what makes more sense based on past experiences. So now I'm trying to teach you how to rapid fire macro first, and then I'll teach you how to rapid fire micro. It's not going to just be all at once. And then also things like camera hotkeys I didn't teach you before, and now I'm trying to teach you camera hotkeys this time, because again, if you actually learn how to use camera hotkeys, it is crazy good for your macro. I'm also teaching you how to do pre-fight micro, stuff like that. Like, it's all just simple concepts that are easy to understand.
Get coins at rally.io.
Thank you again for the 209 Vibecoin purchase, username Twitch user. Good God, dude. Fucking holy shit. Thank you. So simple concepts are different between bronze and plat for Zerg and Protoss. So those that you'll see a little bit of differences there. Again, I feel like if you want to get the best you're going to get, I would say watch 2021, not 2019, because I'm someone who has more experience in 2021 than when I did it in 2019. So I'm probably going to teach you a little bit more here. I also bronze to GM or bronze to plat has been longer in this one as well, and it's because of the luckily for you guys, the MMR bug that happened, which made you get fucking Masters 3 repeatedly. I kept leaving the league repeatedly to get rid of that, and it tanked my fucking account so goddamn hard on everything that it made me play longer in bronze to plat. So you guys are getting way more games than last time. Like last time you probably got like, I don't know, a couple, like 2 games sometimes, or like 1 win per fucking promotion. And you'd be like, wow, it's already over. But now you're getting at least like 7 games of promotion or like 6 games of promotion. So you're getting way more visuals on all the leagues and all the, you know, matchups. And then Diamond Plus, again, it's going to be more meta focused. I'll be teaching you like more current meta, more like active like ways to play against current shit that's going on in the current patch of StarCraft. And then finally, the last big change is Terran is going for like a mostly focused bio series. I'll do a little bit of mech here and there once we're Diamond Plus, but I did a bio focus between bronze and plat, and then it'll be still bio focused in Diamond Plus, and then I'll do, like I said, a little bit of mech here and there as we go, but it's going to be still mostly bio focused. But yeah, that's what's going on. Anyways, going back to the B2GM series, thank you again for the 10 and Adao Bunny. Adawaba Bunny. Adawab Bunny. But yeah, so we did a pre-spread, right? And my army engaged a little too early. Not ideal. Not ideal. Because what happens is some of my units got aggroed by Colossus before I was ready. I did not want that to happen. I did not expect that to happen. But again, we're not microing. I was currently waiting for the rest of my units to show up. And I was waiting for these units to get in position. And then I was going to A-move, like over here. And if you're like, Vibe, why are you going to A-move over here? Why does that make any sense? This is something, again, that I explained. Imagine that this green box is where I'm going to A-move. I'm going to click in this green box in this location somewhere. On the ground, definitely not on a building, because if you click a building, your units will get stuck on the building, and they'll just ignore enemy units in the way. And you don't want that to happen. It'll be like your army dies on move command, essentially. But we're going to click on the ground somewhere in this area. Okay. A-move. And if I do that, if I make a direct line that goes all the way to these units, what are these units going to do? They're going to swipe past this base, and they're going to move on into this base. Now, if I do it here again, if I make a direct line all the way to these units down here, what are they going to do? They're going to come up this ramp, and some of them will probably start killing this wall. Some of them will move forward and kill this nexus. It's going to be a nice spread of my units across the base. It's going to spread my concave out all over the guy's base and increase my chances of doing damage. However, if I A-moved here first, and my army is currently down here, if you made a straight line from here to like all the way down to this army, you know what this army would do? It would actually walk like this. It would come up this ramp, down this ramp, and it would go right behind this army. And what is that going to do? It's going to re-clump my army to where I don't have a good concave anymore because everything is like stacked and only like the first 10 hydras get to attack. Meanwhile, the other roaches and hydras or whatever in the back of that, like the next 30 units I have or 40 units I have, they're all going to be sitting there walking in circles being like, we can't take a fight yet because things in the front aren't dead yet. And we don't want that to happen, right?
Get coins at rally.io.
Good God. Username Twitch user. That is so much Vibecoin. Thank you very much for going crazy on the Vibecoin, man. I don't even know if you're here listening to the stream right now. But thank you. Jesus. Alright, and then we're going, so we're pushing forward, right? Pushing forward. And we can see our hydras on the right side. They definitely got mowed down initially by the attack because of this. This is definitely bad for us. And the rest of our army groups up, but then the rest of our army starts engaging because we just initiated the A-move. And now some of our army is still engaging. It's still getting, this side's getting kind of fucked up. Protoss is definitely taking a good fight here. He's killing more than he's losing for sure. That Colossus is doing work in the back. And then look at these hydras. They actually kill.
At rally.io.
My God, dude, these fucking Vibu coins are nuts right now. Ethereum, thank you very much for the 1,000 Vibu coin purchase. Jesus, you're a beast. So that, right? Nexus dies. That is already good for us. Super good for us. And now, so these hydras definitely, the fact that I killed a base is nice because all that means is that we actually crippled his economy a bit, which means he's never going to keep up with us. He's going to always feel like he's on defense and he's going to get stuffed into a hole deeper and deeper and deeper. Now, for this side of our army, what did this side of our army do? Our army comes in, it moves forward, and again, this is the split engagement, right? And some of these hydras are killing some gateway action. Some of these hydras got leashed onto the Nexus and stuff, and then they got just kited like crazy by Colossus. Not the greatest. This side definitely got kind of owned. This side didn't accomplish a whole lot. So this side definitely didn't do much. We killed a gateway, pretty much, and that was it. But overall, the overall attack meant that we killed the Nexus. And now we put the Protoss back on 3 bases versus us on an active 4 bases. So look at the economy, right? Even though I lose more than he does, I have put myself in a position where I mine more than he does. We are crushing this shit with,
Creep tumor is under attack. A creep
you know,
tumor is
the setup here.
mineral field depleted.
And now here's a big one. Here's the big one. So we see our opponent pushing on our creep, right? Our opponent is pushing on the creep.
Mineral field.
And I could just A-move this right now. I could.
Invite your coin from rally.io.
Okay, see, that's a donation right there. Ethereum, thank you for donating $100 of Vibe coin to me, man. Oh my God. Jesus. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a fucking boss again. Jesus, dude. You're going nuts. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. That was real right there. That was real shit, boys. Much love, dude. So our army's moving to the right, right? The reason why, this is why. Think about it like this. If I A-move towards his army, like take a second to analyze the terrain. This is a wall. This is a wall. This is a army that is walking into the wall. It's walking through a little tiny choke point that could literally fit about 3 stalkers wide or like 3 hydras wide. It's very fucking small. And what army do we know we're already fighting against? We're fighting against Colossus. We're also fighting against Disruptors now. We're fighting. What do these units have in common? What do they do? They do AoE, and if you don't know what AoE means, it means they do area of effect. Imagine if you had a piece of cheese and you punched a hole through the middle of it. Well, that cheese is gonna have a big fucking hole in the middle of it now, and that's basically what's gonna happen to our army. We're gonna turn our Zerg army is gonna turn from a big slice of pepper jack into Swiss cheese. It's gonna have holes all over it, and it's gonna just melt away and die. We don't want that to happen. That's really bad. So if we engage that choke point, chances are we're going to take a terrible fight. So you got to, like, what we're starting to do now is we're starting to analyze terrain and go, what makes sense here? And what if I just did this? What if I ran my army up to here as well, and some of my army engaged around this side of the rocks, and suddenly I have a big ass open area here, and what if some of my army engaged through this choke point again? This is exactly what we do, because we analyze terrain and we make a logical choice as to how this would make sense.
Get coins at rally.io.
Ethereum, thank you again for the 300 Vibe coin purchase, man. Much fucking love. So there we go. Our army splits off. Some of it goes down to the bottom. Some of it goes to the top. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Get coins at rally.io.
Yo, Bebop, thank you for the 10. Much love, dude. Welcome to Vibe coin. And look at this fight now. Our opponent's doing AoE all over the fucking doorway, right? He's AoEing the crap out of that choke point. But here's the thing. He is no longer confident to hold the choke point, and the reason why is because if he did, he has another massive Zerg army barreling down on top of him on the north side. That's really scary for Protoss. Suddenly my army is way more effective because all we did was move up there and then A-move everything so it comes in from multiple locations. And now watch the choke point. Does he hit like a super juicy disruptor shot? The disruptor actually died. The disruptor fucking died before it exploded. And why did it die? Because the units on the top killed it. Look at this. Look at this shot right here, guys. Right here, look at this. This disruptor right there. It's getting hit by units on the top and the bottom. It's getting exposed because he's retreating too fast. So these hydras on the top, they're DPSing that disruptor.
Yeah.
I didn't micro that either. They're just automatic.
Thanks for being such a legend in the community, Vibo.
Yo, Heats, thank you for the 10. And you're too nice, man. Much love. Thank you very much for making me feel good. Thank you, dude. But this is going great, right? We just fucking crushed the army of Protoss here. We just pushed him back. And now look at him. Look at him now. Like no disruptor shots even actually connected because we had a big concave push forward and we just crippled the Protoss. All of his AoE died and he didn't really accomplish much there. Did we micro that? No. Did we pre-fight micro that? Yes. I just went, this sucks. This is much better. How about I engage both of these locations at the same time? Move up here, then attack again. Imagine if my army is here, and what if I move a green, like a box? If I moved like right here, my army would probably go up and around. If I moved like down here, my army would probably go right back down. We don't want that to happen. If I move like right there, some of my army that's on the bottom might have some of it go this way, and some of it might go that way. We don't want that to happen. We want to make sure if we move, like, if my army's here and here, if we move anywhere in this area, if we have a line that goes directly to my army, like there and there down here, my units will spread appropriately. So, again, you guys have to understand, if you tell, if I have this roach, okay, look at the roach. If I tell this roach to attack an area on the map, you know what this roach AI is going to do? This is the way AI works in StarCraft 2. It's going to say, what is the fastest route possible? It's like Google fucking GPS. It's going to say, what is the fastest route possible? So if I tell this roach to attack right there, and there's a wall right there, this roach is now going to have to calculate what is faster, going up and around this way or going down and around this way. And if I tell it to attack right there, look at it really fast. Look at this location. Now, if this roach right there is going to be the one to do it, if it has to go like this to get to right there, or if it has to go like this, what fucking way do you think it's going to take? It's guaranteed going to go up and around much faster. But now, what if I tell this roach to attack right there? Well, now suddenly it's more 50-50, right? It's a little bit like, or like right there. It's a lot closer to 50-50 for if it takes longer to get this way or if it takes longer to go this way. So the way units will work is you have to understand that concept, that a unit will go to the closest distance that it can get there, like the fastest path traveled. And if you manipulate the units that way to go, okay, well, if I have units there and if I have units there, where's the middle ground there? Where's like the area where I'll make sure that these units will they'll definitely go to their pathway. So if I have units here and if I have units like down here, if I move over here, it'll make sure these units go the least way traveled to that location. And if I have units over here, but I move over here, these units will also go to the least way traveled and go that way. That's just how it works. That's how we're abusing the AI in this game to give us good concave engagements. So now the next fight's happening, right? And we have, and you got to be careful though. This one gets fucked up though because this is actually a wall. And we didn't scout the wall. We just moved it. So you'll see these units actually go down this way. Some of them do, and some of them get caught in the gateway. And the reason why is because, again, this is a wall. And if it's a wall, the units now no longer go, oh, well, this is going from here straight left is the fastest way to get to there. They go, oh, well, this is a wall. So that means the only way I could get there is if I go down and around. So you got to be careful about walls. If it's a wall, you want to move probably closer to the wall, then kill the wall, and then you can initiate the sequence recruiter before. Because these units are getting stupid because of the wall. They're trying to go down and around now. But as you can see, either way, look at the army on the right, right? Our army on the right killed a cannon. It's killing some gateway. It's, you know, fighting against the shield battery. It's all good. This army got fucking shit on overall. Let's be real. This army got deleted. It didn't do much. This was definitely not worth it for this army right here. This army got fucking owned. We got roasted by Colossus on the high ground over here. And then we didn't kill much over here either. And my army just died. But he left the game, right? You're like, but Vibe, he just kicked the shit out of you. Why did he leave the game? I don't understand. He won that fight super hard, but he left. It's because we multitasked it. Or we didn't multitask it. We multi-pronged it by setting up a fight before it started. And now look at this army. This is what our other army does. So this army, some of them get aggroed onto the Colossus. They actually kill some of the Colossus. This army kills all the fucking Nexus and the probes there. And then this dude, once again, is put into a hole here. This economy is terrible for Protoss. And we just ran his ass over with the split of the multiple engagement location. Some go there, some go there. A move into the middle, and then just progress through the bases. Initiation of a fight. Super, super, super good. Super duper good. Vibe, did you talk with Special yesterday? Yeah, I did. I talked to him. Wait, is Zerg actually Plat 3 right now? Hold on. I already did Plat 3, didn't I? I'm checking my YouTube videos now, because I'm actually confused. Zerg already did Plat 3 to Plat 2, so yeah, it placed me lower than it should have. My MMR is still the same, though. So, I will probably get a promotion really, really fast here. Unless they actually changed MMR values. Either way, we'll play till we get a promotion all the way to Plat 1. This is what happens when you get a new ladder season. And look, we got a new map. I've never played this map before. New map. So I don't even know this map. I've never even seen this map before in my life. So you guys are actually getting a first impression of this map right now for me. I've never played it. I don't even know what this map is called. I already forgot. I didn't read the name of the lobby screen. Okay, so we're stacking close patches. And look, you guys are going to see me, first impression, analyze terrain, and set up an engagement. I have no experience on this map.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nubathon, for the 4 months. Much love.
Keep spreading the gospel of Vaibu.
Thank you, dude. Much love. Nubathon, though. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now let's go ahead and expand.
We require more minerals.
Okay. Let's go ahead. It is a Protoss, so let's put our Overlord in front of our natural so we don't somehow get fucked up by a cannon rush or something that I don't know about. We'll take our hatchery at 18. Stack my patches. Grab this drone, build a pool with it. There's a probe in my base. What's he doing? Notice how he went in my base and he has not appeared in my base again. You notice that? Do you notice that? This is a good time to now figure out what the fuck's going on. What are you doing? So he was chilling, right? He was just chilling. So we can go back.
MMR moved from the looks of it, so you have to redo the whole thing.
No, I don't.
Take 2 B2GM and action.
Thank you, Sir Gamer Moore, for the support. So notice how the probe is missing again in my base, right? Let's go ahead now. Let's just grab one drone and let's scout my base. Are you cannon rushing me? Like, what are you doing? The probe is still sitting there. Is there a pylon somewhere? No. Okay, so we go back to mining minerals now. I'm not going to make Zerglings either. I don't give a shit that he's sitting in my base like that. Because now, at this point, now I have queens. And now I really don't care. But we still kept tabs on his ass and didn't allow him just to go wherever he want willy-nilly in my base. Okay, we see a double gateway opener from Protoss with a late expand. So what we can do now is we can choose to either make a spine or not. This is really a judgment call. For the sake of it, if you don't feel confident against this, just make a spine. Fuck it. It's not that big of a deal. His economy is so delayed because of the fact that he went for a Nexus. Like after gateways and a core. His economy is not great. Okay, we made another queen. We injected our bases. We're going to take our layer. Let's have our queen run down, and let's just see if he's building something in my base. He's not. So our queen can kill that probe. There you go. Probe's dead. See how we didn't have to make lings there? Super nice, right? Super fucking nice. We didn't have to waste our economy on making lings instead of drones. Okay, we see adepts running at my base. It's all good. Make a run of drones, and then let's make our Roach Warren. So let's make our Roach Warren. Let's make an Evo chamber. Have a queen put a creep tumor down. You can have this queen go towards these adepts, and if he goes in the mineral line, we can just A-move it. Like that. A-move it. He's in the mineral line. Shift, right-click the mineral line. Cool. Easy peasy. Okay. Now let's go ahead and build our gases at our natural, and let's also take our third base.
Oh, yeah.
Take our third base. We can take whatever base we want. Does not matter.
Thanks for all the great info and content. Much love, Vaibu.
Nubathon, thank you for the gifted sub, and also Turtle Sage, thank you very much for the 18-month resub, dude. Welcome back. Much love. Let's put our dudes on our gas. Put our dudes on our gas. Get a roach speed. Get a +1 weapons. Keep making creep. Get our injects going. Start another queen so we can have this queen eventually become an injector for that base. Meanwhile, still have another queen spreading creep. I'd say next creep we should place should probably be in the main to like connect the main base and like rotate creep on the side so we don't have this like blind net of fog around our base. Okay. Our opponent's attacking us again. It's all good. Do we care? No. Why do I not care? Because he expanded. And I went for safety roaches. I'm totally fine. Okay, so we're gonna start making drones for our third base. Our roaches can just aim move towards our third base to get those stalkers off of it. Spread our creep in the meantime. Inject our bases. Oh, we can't yet, actually, so that's good. Send a queen down to our third base to inject it. Snowman, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs, dude. Bible gift in the chat. Thank you very much, dude. Okay. And now let's make a Hydroden. Let's make a second Evo chamber. And let's grab a drone and make a gas in our main base. And why are we doing all of this? Because our third base has a lot of drones on it already, because all I've been doing is making drones. So as you can see, when we get to our third base, it already has 14 drones. We're super happy with our drone count. Same build as always. Let's go ahead and take another base. Is there an order as to how I'm expanding here? No, don't worry about it yet. Doesn't fucking matter. Just build bases near your base. Don't worry about that. It's not relevant yet, really.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now he's all-inning us. Guess what, guys? I just made a fuckload of drones. So what can I do now? Let's start making army. We can transfer our drones back, because I don't really have any units to fight right now. I have 3 fucking roaches.
Oh,
So we're getting all in.
yeah.
Oh, no. It's okay. Guys, don't shit your pants. You'll be just fine. Let's go ahead and inject our bases. That base just died. Look at our third base, though, over here. Our new third base. Let's go ahead and rebuild the base that just died, because we need to make drones, and we don't want to be stuck on a low drone count forever. Or we don't want to stuck on, like, a bad economy forever.
Yeah.
Spread our creep. Make hydras. Make hydras. Make hydras. Grab our eggs and our hydras here, and we'll send them back to our rally point, because these don't have a rally point anymore because the hatchery died. So we're just going to fix that manually. And then just keep making units. Notice how I don't give a shit. We can start upgrades. And then we can transfer some drones now down to this base, because this base is done. And let's have this queen go down and inject it. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. And let's take another queen here, because we want to, what's it called? Okay, he's attacking us. So now let's move our whole army down there. Move everything down there. He's being aggressive, so we're going to keep making units in the meantime. But just move everything here. And we can even move our drones, just to be extra safe. Okay, he's running away, so send the drones back. It's all good. Okay, and let's just make our army chill. Just chill. Chill the fuck out. We don't care. Now, because he's retreating, let's go back to saturate our third base. He retreated, which means we have the power there. We got the power. Let's fucking make our queen again, because it died again. So we can have a new creep spreader. And let's go ahead and start our upgrades and start our gases and just get 66 drones for this base. We need one more drone. And now we have it. Now all these extra drones that are over, send them to my new base up here. Fuck it, dude. Why not? Okay, let's go back to making... and now that we have a good army still, we have a nice army. And we're now at that point where we're at 120 supply with 66 drones. Go fall right back into the same thing B2GM was before. Make drones again to 85. If he attacks in the time we make drones, we can rotate around just like we did before, and we can just build units again. It's okay. Let's take another base because bases are mining out. And if he doesn't attack by the time we have 85 drones, well, guess what? We're now there already. It took like 10 seconds. Now I'm making hydras and roaches all game. So now we're already out of the scary phase of, oh my god, what do? I don't know what to do. What if he attacks me? Well, I'm already making units all game now. So if he doesn't attack me within the next few seconds, he's going to get fucking owned. My supply is ramping like crazy right now. Okay, he's got oracles in my main base. Let's move our army up there. Let's make some spores in my bases now, because this dude is all about harassing me. Make a spore. Make a spore. What's the current drone count at? 74. Let's remake some drones. It's okay. We can transfer my army back to the front of my base. Drone count's currently 80. Now it's going to be at 85, because I just made 5 more, and now we're good to go again. And we're happy. Super happy. Let's transfer one drone back to that. Fix my economy. And then now we'll go back to spreading some creep again. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Let's make a couple overseers so I know where his bases are. And we'll go back and make a hydras again. And now we're basically about to max out, guys. This guy's been really aggressive. right? Super aggressive Protoss player here. But it's all G. We don't really care that much. Because we're still maxing out like a beast. Okay, now we're maxed. We're waiting for our army to finish spawning. We also can start level 2 Carapace because it's mutation complete. Let's drop a couple of changelings. And let's go one on the right. Let's go one on the left. And look, there he is. There he is right there. We just saw his army. So now we know where, like, we have an idea where he's located. And we also just saw he's going Zealots and Archons. So we know he's also going ground. So we should definitely keep going for Roaches and Hydras. But now let's go ahead and move my army forward, right? Let's move my army forward a little bit. We're just exploring the map right now, more or less. And we're seeing there's no base in the corners of the map already because our changelings that we just sent out to scout have confirmed that now. Let's take a moment to fix our economy and inject our bases. This queen over here, where are you? Where is the queen? There you go. Let's have her like maybe make one more tumor and then just become an injector for our third base. And now we see there's no base there either. This guy's on not that many bases right now. Injector bases, injector bases, injector bases. Transfer drones off again that are over. Take another hatchery again. And there you go. We found his base. There is his biggest, most exposed base because there's no base there either. So A move my army to the right. Green box a chunk of it. A move it to the left, right here. We can even kill the rocks because those rocks are like making this ramp a really tiny choke point. And now what are we gonna do? We're gonna go like this. A move everything to this location because it gets both to go both sides. A move, shift A move, shift A move. Thank you for the Vibe coin donation, Brian. Thank you so much, dude. Fucking appreciate you. Now behind this, what can we do? Spread our creep while we go into Roaches and Hydras. What is he making? It's still ground. Cool. Notice how I had a full surround there, and I didn't actually set that up in terms of like actually like microing my units to go there. Like like during the fight, it was all before the fight. It was a logical initiation of a fight. What's my drone count? It's 83 in a second here, so let's make a couple more drones and fix that. And now we just made some Roaches, so let's make a bunch of Hydras. And we're maxed out again. Let's go and get level 3 Carapace in a second. We'll remember that. Well, first we'll inject our bases. Inject our bases. Get Carapace. Inject our bases. Spread some creep. Make around to Hydras because we're losing supply. Make around to Hydras. We're maxed out. We're spreading creep. We're spreading that creep. We're spreading creep. Spreading creep. Now we can make a lurker den because what if this game turns into a base trade? Who knows? I don't know, right? Could happen. Now let's do it again. He's not dead right now, guys. So let's go ahead and do it a second time. Right now. Same thing again that we just did last time. Get my army down here. And let's A move some of my army to like right here. Green box a good chunk of it. Grab some more. And go right over here. And now what are we going to do? The same fucking thing we just did. We're going to A move there first and then move forward. A move, shift A move, shift A move. Go to our overseers. Have them follow like a Hydra in the back. Inject their bases. Inject their bases. Inject their bases. Inject their bases. And this guy broke like crazy. And why did he break? Anyone out there that's like, Vibe, I don't get it. How did you win that? This dude's on 3 bases. And he's been on 3 bases. That's the most he's gotten to by 13, almost 14 minutes. And if he's on 3 bases still, guys, just a disclaimer here. If I hit the I for income tab, his income is going to be substantially smaller than mine. Like, I would not be surprised if his income is either 2K or sub 2K minerals, like 1800 to like 2200 or something. Something around 18 to 2200. And our mineral income per minute is probably going to be around 34 to 3500. So if I hit income, I'm at 35. He's actually at 16. He's lower than I even gave him credit for. Because why? In StarCraft 2, if you don't expand, your bases mine out your patches. And your income goes down as a result. Our bases are doing the exact same thing. But I'm transferring drones to new bases. And new bases. And new bases. And new bases. I have 3 more bases than my opponent. This is a 6-base Zerg versus a 3-base Protoss. So this base is mining out. This base is starting to mine out. This base is still okay for now. It's not actually not mining out yet. But I mean, his probes are fucked here. His probes probably died in the last fight. It's all good. And that's probably why his income is actually at 16. It could probably be around more like 2K if these probes weren't so dead here. But yeah, how many probes did I actually kill this game? I killed 19. It's all good. But you get the point. It's you have to transfer probes. You have to transfer drones. But look at our bases that have low mineral patches. We have low drone counts at them. It's okay. Bases that have low mineral patches have low drone count because all the bases with high mineral patches have high drone count. High drone count. This one could have one go to the gas and it's fine. High drone count. Our economy is fucking crushing right now because we have bases to establish it. So again, this is what the attacks looked like, right? Let's go back to the early game when he was like pushing us like crazy. And let's also look at the start because he opened up double gateway versus a quick expand from Zerg. So already Protoss is behind us in drones. To probes to drones, Protoss is behind. And I'm going to let you guys know a quick secret here. Protoss should actually, this is how it works. Terran should always be behind. Terran should always be last. That's just a fact. Terran should always be last throughout the entire game with its current SCV count. If a Terran player ever has a higher worker count than Protoss or Zerg, it means that they're playing really well. Like they're probably like doing something in the game that's getting them ahead of you. But Terran should always be last. Now Zerg and Protoss should work like this. Protoss should be in the lead at first. Protoss should be in the lead at first. Because Zerg sacrifices drones to build buildings. Protoss does not do that. Also, Protoss has the ability to chrono boost right off the bat. And I'm not saying that you should. Normally what you'll do is you'll chrono boost after your first pylon is done. But Protoss can chrono boost early game. Zerg should not be able to surpass Protoss's probe count until queens come alive and they actually spawn larva, and then larva pops off, and then you make a bunch of drones at once. That's when Zerg starts taking the lead, and that's when Zerg actually pulls ahead of Protoss, and then Zerg will maintain the lead after Protoss after that.
High vibe, why is it often that many players in the lower leagues are so focused on improving their micro rather than their macro? Much love, meow.
Because it's fun. That's literally why. It's because when people who like watching StarCraft and like playing StarCraft, why do they like doing that? What gets you hyped up and motivated about playing this game? Watching someone in a pro tournament or someone on a stream do something that was really cool and flashy, and it was like, holy fuck, did you just see Parting's Warp Prism micro with his DTs or whatever? Holy shit, did you see that micro? That was crazy. I want to do that. That's the fun part of StarCraft. Micro is the fun part of the game. And everyone who plays the game, why do you play a game, right? You play it for fun. You don't play it because you want to work hard at it and buckle down, usually. You play a game for fun. And anyone who just only says, I want to play micro only, that there is one word to describe that person in an RTS environment, and it's a fucking casual. That is what you call a casual. It's someone who puts in no effort to get good, and they just want to do things that are just for like instantaneous fulfillment, but have no real deep impact in anything. It's someone who like just wants to play one game, and then you might not play StarCraft 2 again for like 2 weeks. And it's again, I don't mind if someone's a casual. I don't hate casuals. I don't mind them at all. That's totally fine. But that's why all you hear is people wanting to micro in lower leagues is because they want to have instant fun now. But those people don't realize you'll never have fun if you play StarCraft like that because you'll lose all the time. But when you actually will have fun playing StarCraft, when you can micro and macro at the same time, which is a higher level skill that you'll never attain if you just are a casual. You'll never get there if you're a casual. But if you actually get there, StarCraft 2 becomes such a amazing game to play. That's when it's truly fun, when you're like, holy fuck, I feel like I'm in 200 IQ right now. I'm playing so well. This is amazing. This feels super cool. Like the game that's why everyone wants to play this game that does play it, is to get those moments to where you feel like you're a fucking god. Like you just feel like you're outplaying your opponent like crazy. And it is very satisfying. It's super fun. This game is definitely it's like you look at a fighting game and it's like this guy hit like a 10-hit combo or some shit. StarCraft 2 could be like a 100-hit combo where you're just like constantly like shaving your opponent down over and over and over, and then you crush them at the end, and it's like the kill move. Like it's super fucking satisfying. But yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Dust Buddy Migration, thank you for the $1 dono. Much love, dude. But yeah, like I was saying before, Protoss should stay in the lead of worker count over Zerg until queens are out, and then Protoss should lose the lead because queens actually surpass chrono boost. But I already have the lead before queens. Which, what does that mean? It means our build is superior to our opponents in terms of economy this game by far. And then what is the trade-off? My opponent's going for adepts. And these adepts better rebalance the economy. Otherwise, it's not worth it for Protoss. It puts the Protoss opponent's putting himself behind in the economy department to give himself a lead in the aggressive department. But now this puts a lot of pressure on these adepts to get shit done. Because if they don't, he's just going to maintain being behind. And you can see that he shades and he like, you know, shades into my main base. He shades right in the middle of a surrounded drone mineral line. And what happens here? The adepts get fully surrounded and just die right away. And what did those adepts accomplish? They killed one drone. Those adepts killed one drone. Not worth it. Not worth it. And now we have a lead of 10 fucking drones before our inject is even done right now. Before. You know what this means? Our drone count is about to explode even crazier when the eject pops off. Because look at the production of workers. Protoss is actually making 0, to be fair. He's also making 0 at the moment. He's making Twilight Council, upgrades, more gateways, Robo. He's making a bunch of buildings instead of making his units out of his gateways or his fucking Nexus. Not a great idea. This is what I tell you not to do, right? Look at us. Look at our drone count. We're just cranking drones like crazy right now. We're making 9 fucking drones, guys. And our opponent's making 0 probes.
Thoughts on the new map?
That's fine. I don't mind it. I mean, I have no experience on it, so I can't just play it once and be like, it's great or bad. It looks fine. So far. The bridges are going to be interesting, but yeah. No opinion so far. I don't really try to judge a map within 10 minutes of playing it or something. I want to give it more of like a chance for like a week or 2 weeks to like really feel it out. It definitely looks kind of choke point heavy. But yeah, we're just maintaining a fat worker lead and a supply lead because our economy is just better. We're just ahead. And you can see my opponent's still not building probes. You cannot do that. You cannot play like this. Because now let's watch this. This is when a lot of Zerg players would freak out, right? Shit their pants and be like, I'm going to lose the game right now. Why? I just made drones. Look at my drone count. Drone count's currently 57 to 36. Now look at this.
Still figuring out Twitch with the gifted subs thing, but I wanted to say thanks for helping me and my friends get back into SC2 for the first time since WoW release.
Yo, no worries, Snowman. Thank you for the $1 dono. And I appreciate you, man. Thank you for letting me know. I'm glad you guys are having fun with the game again. Hell yeah. Much love, dude. Appreciate the support. But look at this, guys. We already have a worker lead of 57 to 36. That's a big difference. And not only that, when he shows up at my base and attacks me, I just made 11 more drones. And why did I do that? Because off of our safety roaches, which was one's dead right now, 2 more right there, and 3 more right there. So we had 6 roaches as safety. You can see his body flying right there, the poor roach. We have 6 roaches, and 3 of them are just straight up dying to this attack right now. So now I really only have 3 roaches. Am I shitting my pants? No, not at all. I don't care, even though I just made 11 drones. And why is that? Because all this is going to do is it's going to take my position in the game and it's going to kick me down a little bit. But because of how efficient we've played up to this point, I can take some fucking damage and still be in the lead by a lot. As you can see, while he's starting to kill me, I am already 30 supply ahead. That's a fucking lot, guys. That's a lot of supply in the lead right now. And now look at that. Remember how I was just 30 supply ahead? After the fight's over and he kills my expansion and he runs away. What am I now? I'm still 13 supply in the lead. I took damage, but I'm still ahead. And why am I not shitting my pants? Why am I not freaking out? Because if he attacks my natural, we will crush him. And why will I crush him? Because now that we're getting attacked and I'm starting to make units, the amount of time it took him to kill my third and now work his way to my natural if he wanted to do that, not only would I have a spine there, but I would have more units popping out and I could then also pull my drones to fight if I had to. And I guarantee I would crush this army. And if he doesn't fight me, what can I do? Rotate these drones to my 4th base, which is now my 3rd base, when it's done. And we're super happy. Look at the supply. We're right back within like a snap of a finger, right? We're right back to a 30 supply lead. And how is that even happening? Vibe, what the fuck? How are you 30 supply ahead again, even though you just lost a bunch of shit? Look at that economy, guys. Look at that fucking economy. Even though we just lost economy, we're still crushing our opponent's economy. This guy's economy is nothing compared to ours. And now look what happens with this fight. He just gets completely flatlined here, and he runs away. So our units, we just back up. We don't just chase him for no reason. He's not going to fight me, so let's just sit here. And let's make drones again. And if he attacks me, we'll do the same exact thing. We'll start making units when he attacks us, if he hits us during the drone phase.
Mineral field depleted. Mineral field depleted.
Look at that supply now. It's going further in our favor. Repeatedly.
Mineral field depleted.
And now he's attacking us with oracles in the main. So now up to this point in this game, we've lost 24 drones. And we're still maintaining a lead of 20 drones. And now we're about to max out. So look at the supply now. Like, it's just fucking,
Mineral field.
you know, heavy for a Zerg here. And then we set up our fight, we go attack, and we do the split maneuver thing. We'll watch the fights really quick, and then we'll be done with this.
Mineral field depleted.
But you can see the point where macro trumps micro. As long as the only time micro is actually effective is if you macro behind it. This guy did not macro behind it. He killed 24 drones and still had a negative worker count the entire time. That is not fucking good. That is not ideal. And I didn't even kill his army, really. I'm the one losing a lot more than Protoss is. I'm getting fucking owned this game in terms of things that have died. But I am destroying him in terms of things that have been generated. I create more than he kills by a lot. Like, if I build 10 buildings, he kills 1. And I lose 1 building, and I go, oh, he's attacking me. And I didn't kill his army, even though he killed my 1 building. But he only built 3, and I built 10. Who cares? I'm still ahead by 6, because 3 is only 6 behind 9. It's totally fine. I don't give a shit. Macro beats micro if you don't multitask. For the micro guy. And now again, you can see here comes the fight. So the right side is super busy with a big fight. This is not going to go well for the right side. That's a lot of Protoss. The left side is currently destroying oracles that fly overhead, and then it's also pushing the base. So again, look at the right. We'll watch the right side first. It just gets demolished. That's a horrible fight for the right side. But then the Protoss kind of freaks out, and he rotates back to the left side because he's freaking out as well. The Protoss is like, oh my god, I got to save my base. And look at what he's done to his army. He's made this like weird cluttered fucking battery location. So now his army's got a horrible surface area. And he cancels all of them. And then our army now once again is fighting. And now this is a much better fight for us because now our other side of our army is also engaging, which is really nice. And we're popping all of his units. Mortals are dying. Zealots are dying. Stalkers are dying. More Zealots flank on the other side. Archons get popped again. Probes all die. Super good fight for us. Now we're quadrupling his supply almost. It's, you know, soonish. A few more Zealots need to die, and then that'll be more realistic. You know, things are not going well for Protoss. And look at that economy. 37 probes to 86 drones. We're crushing that economy, and he'll never. And now what's going to happen now that we're maxed out? We're just going to attack him again, because that's what we do. We just pile pressure on our opponent, and they can't keep up with us. It's endurance. Now we do the same thing again. We split up our army left and right. We have more units coming from here. Some of our units aren't quite there yet because they just spawned, and it's whatever. But now we have some going here, some going here, and we just fucking go for it. And this is going to definitely go one-sided for Zerg. Zerg is going to crush here. And why is that? Because there's just not enough Protoss. He's dead now. He doesn't have enough units. He could not afford to keep up with me. This concept is repeated every game, by the way. If you guys have noticed, some of you probably noticed, and some of you haven't. We're doing the same shit every game. Conceptually, the same shit every game. Keeps happening over and over and over and over and over. Like, it's nothing like what we just talked about that game. It's not like suddenly it's a new concept. It's the same shit repeatedly. You just gotta embrace it. Okay, transfer my drones, or split my drones rather. Now transfer my drones to better patches. So stack a patch,
We require
stack a patch. There we go. We got all of our close patches stacked. Feels good. Feels very good. Okay, let's go take our natural. This is again is a Zerg versus Zerg. So, a lot of one thing I do notice a lot in general in StarCraft is you tend to get all in a lot more often in mirror matches. It does happen a lot. So I would not be surprised if this guy all ins the crap out of us. It's okay if he does. It's totally fine.
we require more minerals.
Okay, get our Overlord scouting towards his base. Get our spawning pool. All our patches have at least 2 drones on them right now, so it's just oversaturation at this point, which is fine. Okay, now we'll take our guys. This is a big crucial time to now start paying attention to the mini-map with our Overlord, because we want to see if we see Lings running at my base or not. You should be seeing Lings cross your Overlord if you go right to his base by around 1 minute and 30 seconds to 150, somewhere in that range, if he 13 pulls you or 12 pulls you. Like 13, 12 or 12 pulls you. That's a nice little tip. But yeah, now we can see, you know, there were no Lings popping out initially, and he does have creep there, which means he's expanded. So he expanded just like we did. All good. Let's go ahead and send another Overlord down now to the other side of his base so we can see his other ramp of his exit.
Spawn more overlords.
Okay, and we're going to make a couple Overlords, and I'm going to send like one to like right there, and I'm going to send one to like right there. And the reason why is because it's going to scout ramps in case he attacks us or something like that. Okay, we can get a layer. We can get another queen at our third base, or at our natural. So our third queen at our natural. And we can also start making drones again. Okay, so we're gonna make our rich one and our Evo when the eject larva pops off the hatcheries, so we can make all of our larvae. There we go, we just did. So now it's time to make rich one and Evo. Rich one, Evo chamber. Let's go ahead and make a creep tumor. Let's go ahead and make our gases at this base. Don't tell my queen to go die, for instance. Like, make sure our queen doesn't just go run off by itself into suicide. Let's go ahead and take our third base. Okay, now we can make our upgrades. We can also start making our roaches. Let's also just wall off our base, because again, this is a ZVZ, and your opponent could totally fucking flood you with Lings. Although we haven't seen any yet, there's always a chance that he could just do it, and if we missed it, that would suck. So, we'll take our second Evo chamber, because this is a Zerg player, a little bit earlier than normal. Because the threat of speedlings in ZVZ is very real. So getting your base walled off feels pretty safe. Makes you feel a lot safer. Okay, let's go ahead and throw down a couple of creep tumors. Let's get another queen going, because this queen's about to become an ejector for that base. Now we have our safety roaches. We have a good amount. So now let's start making drones for the third base. Also, if you've noticed, what I did as well is I made my overlords scatter around my base. And what this does, this is like overlords like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever. What it does is it gives me a vision around my base so that no Nidus worm could go in undetected. Because, like, again, people love all-in in ZVZ, and there's no reason not to do what I just said. There's no reason not to scatter your overlords around your base. It's all the benefits, none of the negatives. So there's no negative to it at all. Let's spread our creep in our main so we can connect our bases. Let's get our Hydrant in now. We already have our second Evo. And let's get another gas in our main base. Let's inject our hatcheries.
Best guides in StarCraft. Just lost 6 in a row. Need to step back and take a breather by watching Vibe.
Yo, thank you very much for the 2 juice box heroes. Thank you, dude. Take a break. It's all good. The Overlord's dying over there. It's totally fine. Let's go ahead and get Hydra upgrades. These upgrades are done, so let's start level 2 weapons, level 1 armor. Keep injecting my bases. Let's start another base too because we're fully saturated. And drone count is currently 66. So now what are we gonna do? We're gonna build units. Let's see what units he's making. He's making lings. Okay, so far it's fine. Just lings so far. Keep making our units until 120 supply. Spread some creep in this area. We're gonna start spreading more creep on the top side. Inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries. Fix our economy, saturation. We're 1 drone short. Make 1 more drone go to that gas, and then we're good. Let's start spreading our creep again. Do another creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor, creep, creep, creep. Okay, we're at a really nice drone count. Or sorry, Hydra count, like our army count. So now, what we can do is we can now go into drones for our 4th. And look, he's going mutas. He just flew right over my Overlord. So what am I gonna do now? Let's make like 2 spores per base. This guy's going mass mutas, guys. And you know what happens when they go mutas? Let's go like this. Green box some of my units, like this right here, and send them to the other base. When people go mutas, what is it for? What is it designed for? What did he just try to do? He just tried to kill my economy, right? He just tried to kill my economy. So what if we just leave my units in my economy? Understanding concept of build is important. Now watch the mutas. Am I going to do anything? No. And look what the mutas did. They ran away. I mean, yes, he killed some drones, unfortunately, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. Keep injecting my hatcheries. And now that we know we're up against mutas, how about we just start going back into a Hydra composition? But in the first place, what we should do though is we should still max out to the drone count we want, which is like 85 drones. Okay, he's currently attacking my Overlords. Let's move towards the mutas. He's not leaving my base. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Just move towards the mutas right now with our Hydra. He's all over me. Okay, fix our economies.
Our forces are under attack.
Okay, now he's flying over this way. Hey, we can move towards him over there. It's all good.
Mineral field depleted.
Okay. And again, what's he playing? He's playing a harass-based style. So let's leave some of my army on the left side again. He's playing a style of harassment. And there's a big harass right there again. Make some more drones again for this base. And now how many drones are we at? We're at 88 drones. We're super happy. We're good to go. Start a hive. Transfer some drones over. Maybe make a few more roaches and make more hydras because he's going muta. He's going muta and a Zergling. Spread some creep. Let's get a couple overlords for overseers so we can make a couple of changelings to go scout. And we're about to max out. Also, what has he done this entire game so far? What has this guy done this entire game? He has gone for aggression. He's all about killing my economy, killing my economy, killing my economy. Right? This guy is all about killing the economy. That's all he wants to do every fucking time he attacks. So what we can do now... Where's my overseers? Drop a couple changelings. One goes on the right, one can go on the left. And look what he's doing again. He's killing economy again. Send some hydras into my main base to go help that. Make another queen. Build that gas that's about to die. Again. Make 3 new drones for that gas. It's all good. What we can do now is we can move our army. Let's move our army out in the middle of the map right now. Let's get out there. And let's go like this. Spine, spine. Spine, spine. Spine, spine. Spine, spine. Spine, spine. Now I made a bunch of drones into spines, so let's make a bunch of drones into drones again. And now how many drones am I at? I'm back to 87. Wonderful. Let's take another base as well while we're at it. Now let's grab my army. And let's so we confirm where his bases are. We know there's a base in the bottom middle of the map, and we know there's no base here. So let's take half my army and go left, half my army go right. We can start a hive while we're waiting, or we did already. Let's start upgrades then while we're waiting. Do another round of injects, another round of injects, another round of injects, another round of injects. And now if my opponent attacks us while we're setting up the fight, we have spines, like at our bases, spines and spores. We have lots of defense. Now, green box. If I move here, this army will get fucked up. So if I move here, look at the mini-map. Line, line. This base is perfect. So a move there. Then on the mini-map, we can go a move there, then a move there. Now I can grab an overseer, follow a hydra, and then I can even grab an overseer over here, and then like follow a hydra or whatever. That way, in case I counter lurkers, it's fine. And if I didn't have two overseers on both sides, fuck it. It's okay. Now, what's he have? He's got Mutalisk and Baneling. So what am I going to do? It's ground and air. Make some roaches. Now make a lot of hydras. We can make one drone mine out these patches so our base isn't so fucked up with the rallies. We can start level 3 carapace. We can start upgrades again. We can start a lurker den now too, that in case this game turns into a base trade, like we always do. We can take a few drones and go spore, spore, spine, spine. Also, we fucked up that spine. Do not build spines like that. That spine actually blocks that mineral patch. So what we're actually going to want to do is we're going to want to fix that in a second here. With this drone, I think it is. Yeah. Build it like right there. Because if you build it like, again, right there, it blocks that mineral patch. And you don't want that's bad. You don't want that to happen. So our army's dead, right? Our army fully died. Let's select my army and go save the base that's currently under attack. Our spores and spines just died that we're trying to make. Do I give a shit? Nope. And look what he's doing. He's running in my base. So if he's going to do that and make me chase him all day, go like this. A move, shift A move, shift A move, shift A move. Why am I doing this now instead of setting up a fight? It's a base trade. He is not currently defending his base. He is currently all-inning my base. Okay? So I can take all my new rallies and go like this. Hey, Hydras, go help. Hey, Hatchery, be rebuilt. Hey, drone count. I need to make like 5 more drones and we're back to 85 again. We're good to go again.
Oh,
make Hydras in the meantime.
yeah.
Or I killed my Hydrogen, so that's dead now. Make another one.
Thanks for the B2GM, very helpful, see.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you very much for watching. Making some more Overlords so we don't supply block. We can make some more Spores here. We can make a couple of Spines here as well. Drone count, currently make a few more and we're good. We're back in the 80s. We're at 85. We're awesome. GG. And then now, what are we doing again? Now that we're in the 80s and our Hydrogen got rebuilt, just fucking make Hydras again. Because again, this is not actually a base trade. It looks like one, but it's not. And the reason why it's not is because of this. Go back to the very end of it here. So we broke his base right here, right? Look at the economy. Not a good economy for blue. Definitely a great economy for red, for us. Blue's economy is getting manhandled right now. It's getting destroyed. Okay. So we're doubling our opponent's economy. We're doing great. And then, look at us. By the time he starts moving out with the metas, we're already going to be, like, maxed again in a second here. Again, we're Zerg, and we can make units very fast. So we're maxed. Super maxed. And now the Zerg was going to avoid me and kill my economy again. He's all about harassing economy. He's playing a style that is all about harassing economy, and this is when Static D is amazing. Now, what if he had Zerglings as well? What if he had like 30 Lings or 40 Lings that went over here and went over here? I got Spines as well, guys. Every fucking base has Spine Spore. We're ready. And what all that happens is when he base trades, his army gets whittled down a little more and a little more and a little more and a little more as he tries to kill more of my base. Vibe, why not gas first as Zerg before pool? You would get 100 gas by the time pool finishes and be ready to upgrade link speed. Because Dark Easy, we're not even going for Zergling speed right now. Zergling speed is not good for Platinum Below because people don't know how to use Zerglings in Platinum Below. It requires multitasking, and it breaks the entire concept of the whole series. We're going for layer roach builds, which are defensive, which are also easier, which require just macro, no micro. You're falling into the same concept again where you're trying to make a micro-based unit when you can't even macro, right? So it's the whole point of what you shouldn't be doing. We will definitely go for Zerglings Diamond Plus, but not in fucking Platinum or below Platinum. So you can see the mutas, right? They're going all over my base. Oh look, every time we make another wave of Hydras, we just say Hydras, go A-move that. And suddenly the mutas take massive hits. And then another wave of Hydras is right there. He kills the pool, or almost. He runs away from some spores, now he goes to another base. And he encounters more Hydras with spores. Blah, blah, blah. You know. These mutas are definitely on a clock. They're dying as they're trying to kill shit. Not a ton of damage is being done here. Now let's look at our army when we counterattacked. This is our perspective now for our army. There was literally nothing here to stop this. Well, there was a few veins and some spines. But it's just not enough. Not enough. And now Zerg is just dead. Okay, so it looks like we're probably gonna have to get 2 promotions at once here. I don't know what's going on. I was kind of assuming that I was gonna get Platinum 2 again during this like faster because it was gonna replace me, but I'm actually like genuinely Plat 3 again. So we're doing Plat 3 twice in a row. So Plat 2 to Plat 1 Zerg is gonna be a long video because I'm having to get 2 promos at once in one video. Okay, well that might be that. That might be a promo. Looks like it's a little shorter. Yeah, so we're Plat 2. And then what am I in going to Plat 1? Plat 1 is now 3100 MMR. So now what that means is my Terran and Protoss next league as well is going to be longer. Because with the new ladder patch, the MMR requirements all got raised a bit, it seems like. If Plat 1 is now 3100, because Plat 1 before was 3026. Or 3023 or something. Or something like that. 3023. Something around there. So now it's like 100 over what it was before. So now we gotta go to 3133. Either way, though, that's fine. It's all good. Let's do it up. Let's do it up. Same thing. I mean, it's still the same shit. Working our way towards Plat 1. Brr, 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 brr. 3K already? Is this like a third of the series? Well, the MMR that is GM required is like 5200 or like 5100. So no, we're actually more than halfway done. But the thing is though, is the games, as we get higher level and like diamond and stuff, those are going to take longer. Those games will take longer. Because your average opponent's not going to be a one pump chump that just gets knocked over in one fucking attack. I have no idea who this is. Whenever people talk with, you know, RP shit like that, everyone's out, and I respond to it. A lot of people always assume I know this guy. I have no fucking idea who this is. Yeah, Submarine is the worst map ever made. Submarine actually wasn't that bad of a map. I wish that map got kicked out of the map pool in one season, not like 3 seasons after it got made. That map is the worst.
We require more minerals.
This guy's a chatty Cathy. But again, we're doing the same shit. Nothing's different. I don't mind that we just got promoted. It doesn't matter because we were already in Platinum 2 before. It's just the new ladder reset. It's kind of fucked it up a little bit. But now we're right back to where we were before. With league-wise. MMR-wise, we have to go a little higher, but league-wise, it's same shit. Oh, no. What am I doing? Sorry. Got autopilot there for a second, thinking about other shit. And I almost built a gas when I was at 20. Or when I was at 18. Don't want to do that. We'll do it at 20. Well, if this is Kiwian, I'd be like, hopefully he doesn't play like he does when he's at 6k MMR, because I'll lose then if I'm playing like I'm playing at 3k MMR. Okay, let's make sure my patches are stacked properly. Put a drone on the thingy. Put a drone over here on this patch. Take a drone off. And now we have 2 drones per every patch. Okay, Overlord's dying, so we can go... I don't know if this is a cliff, but we can try. It'll probably die in the process. But notice, 3 Marines and no Nexus, or no Command Center, guys. So what are we going to do? Just make a fucking spine. This guy's already playing weird aggression. It's okay. Don't freak out. It's not time to shit your pants. Okay? Put on your Huggies. If he attacks us with Marines, you know what we can do? We can pull our queen from our main to help our queen at our natural. So in the preparation of that, let's get our queen on the right side of the hatchery, just in case I have to do that to save us like 1 extra second, in case I gotta go down the ramp to help. Otherwise, we're good. We're all good. Make another queen. We have our layer, again, already underway. Things are looking great. Starting to scatter overlords in the vision open spots of the map on the open airspace. We're starting our all of our drones from our first inject. Let's go to build our roach horn. Let's build an evo chamber. Let's take another overlord over here. And have we freaked out yet? Nope. This guy killed my overlord. I didn't get to scout shit. But seeing someone kill your overlord with 3 Marines is already a big sign in itself. And no natural was made. It's already a big sign. This guy is definitely playing. And all you gotta, what do you have to know about it? You don't gotta know every part of his build and be like, I know exactly how to decipher this. You just gotta know it's not very economical. It's more in the aggressive side of things, less in the economical side of things. Let's go ahead and take our 3rd base. Oh look, we're getting attacked. Oh no! Go back to my spine. Make roaches. Saturate my gas. Let's inject our hatchery. Make roaches. Look, he's attacking me pretty hard. Let's pull my drones now. Because it looks like we're having a problem here. Make some more roaches. Okay. Make another queen because it died. We can inject our main base. And now he's getting pretty far off creep, so what are we going to do? Let's go back to our fucking creep. Let's take our 3rd base. How many drones are we working with on this middle line? 13. Okay. So we have roaches now. Let's go ahead and tell my roaches to come forward. A-move my roaches, and we just made a bunch. And now I don't have enough gas to make more roaches, so what are we going to do instead? Make drones. I'm not just going to sit there and do nothing. And I already have roaches, which are already handling the job anyways. Let's make drones. Just so you know, lings in this situation, once you can actually make drones, or sorry, once you can actually make roaches, making lings there in that position kind of sucks if you don't have Zergling speed. Like, lings without ling speed are fucking terrible. They're really bad. Lings with Zergling speed are really good. Lings without ling speed are really bad, so that was not like the time to go, oh, let's start making lings as well. Okay. Keep injecting my hatcheries. We can get our queen now for our 3rd base. We can just send this queen over or something. It's fine. This will become my injector for my 3rd. Okay, let's go ahead and get level 2 weapons on the Evo. Let's go ahead and get a Hydroden. Let's get like another Evo somewhere, like wherever. Doesn't really matter. Just don't block your ramp with it. Keep making drones. Let's even take another gas at our main base. And why are we taking the gas and the evos right now? Why does this make sense? Because our because our third base mineral line is already pretty well saturated. Okay, let's go ahead and spread our creep. Let's now take our gases at our third, and let's also take a fourth base because we're fully saturated and we need to send drones elsewhere.
We require.
Okay, he's all-inning me again. A-move my roaches in this direction. We can A-move our drones. Shift right-click the ground on our drones. Make drones. Why are we making drones? Because we're losing drones. It's okay. Make drones. Guess what? I just made all the drones that just died. Watch this hatchery. Within 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at this fucking drone count, guys. We're crushing. We don't give a shit because we're macroing during the process. Let's transfer some drones back to the main to fix up that gas. Injector hatcheries. Injector hatcheries. Inject the other hatchery. Let's make another queen for another round of creep. So this guy's definitely fucked our creep up a lot this game. We've had the worst creep this time. Let's transfer, transfer 3 drones to this base, and let's make hydras now to 120 supply. Because again, that's the goal, right? That's the safety we want to go for.
Thanks Vibe for all your dedication. Love the B2GM series. Learned so much. Cheers from Belgium.
Yo, much love for the 15, Monchichi. Thank you, dude. I'm glad you're learning. Hell yeah. Appreciate you, man. Very much. Let's go and start an infestation pit so we can go into a hive. So I can get upgrades going further. We now have a good amount of hydras. We're happy. We have 122 supply. So now let's go back into making drones again for this base to go to 85 drones on the top right. In the meantime, we're getting attacked by battlecruisers. Okay, let's A-move the base. Now let's go for like a spore for every mineral line. All good. This guy's super all in. Make a new queen because it died. Let's go ahead and make drones now for this base. Let's also put a spore there. We can A-move that area where the BC is going. Make drones. We're at 82 drones. Let's go ahead and make another base because we're getting fully saturated. Let's go ahead and also transfer drones that are oversaturated. Let's start spreading creep while we're at it. Our creep spread sucks balls. Look, he's attacking us again. A-move that area. This guy's all over it. A-move the area. Let's start making hydras and roaches again. Just for a second, because he's currently attacking us, right? And our drone count looks good. But now look, we lost some. We just lost some drones. So what are we going to do? Make some more drones. I just made 3 for the gas, 1 for the mineral line, 1 for this mineral line. Transfer off some drones off this mineral line. Move them down here. Make a couple gases. Make a new expansion. Drone count currently is at 83. It's about to be 82. So make 3 drones to fix it. And we're good to go. Now I can go right back into making units again. We can also make another queen because we just lost 2 queens here. This guy's all over fucking my creep up. I cannot have creep against this guy because he keeps fucking attacking me.
Oh,
Okay, let's get a couple of overseers. Let's go scout the map in a second here. And if you guys want me to guess, at 9 minutes and 50 seconds, I have 159 supply. My opponent has 54. 54 fucking supply for my opponent. How do I know that? Because this dude probably just now expanded recently. He probably is on 2 bases right now. And he probably only has like 35 SCVs or like 34 SCVs. Because you cannot fucking do that much aggression repeatedly and also have as much economy as I do. There's no fucking way we have less supply than him. Impossible for that. Okay, let's go ahead and drop some changelings on the map. Have some scout to the right. Have some scout to the left. Check all the bases and just, we made too many, so just have the rest go straight to his natural. It's all good. Okay, spread some creep again. Spread creep. Spread creep. Yeah, my creep is definitely terrible this game. This guy has killed so much of my fucking creep queens and my creep in general. I have no creep this game. So, but what are we going to do? We're going to fucking fix it. I am not going to just say, fuck the creep this game then. No, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to make sure we can still spread it. Okay, we got a hive going. We got level 2 carapace on the way. Our creep is being fixed as we speak. Bases are nowhere to be found on the sides of the map, so let's already move my army located more in the middle to get my army ready to go. Get ready to attack him. Spread my creep. Spread that creep. Spread some creep towards the main. and get another creep queen to spread a creep teamer there to like connect these bases. And there's his most exposed base. There it is, boys. And we also just saw he's going bio. So what are we gonna do? A move some of my army. Like look at the map. Take a quick glance. Right there, green box half of it. Right there. Now let's A move this base. I could have also done there and there. That would have also been fine. But it does not matter. If you want to take a real crazy engagement, how about we do a three-prong spread? Look at this. Somewhere we go there, because again we're going there, so there and there are good fights. So here, here, and here. Now what can we do? A move there, shift A move there, there, there. Go back to my army and have some of my overseers follow a Hydra. And what does he have? He's got fucking air and ground. So what are we gonna do? Just keep making Hydras and keep making roaches. He's got a hybrid army. It's all good. Drone count's still good. Creep spread needs to be fixed. Let's also inject really quick too because we haven't done that in a while. Inject, 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 inject. Transfer some drones that are oversaturated to a new base to this base because it's brand new. And then we can make some roaches. We can make some hydras, and we're maxed out again. Okay, we can go back to spreading some creep. We can also start 3/3 upgrades because those are in our base. Make a creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor, creep tumor. Fixing that creep. And you notice how the first time I attack my opponent, he dies? Because he has no economy. He's a wet noodle. He's a fucking wet noodle, guys. He's playing like a wet noodle playstyle. Okay, so let's see the game, right? Let's see it really fast. So Overlord gets across the map, and what do we see? We see a bunch of Marines kill my Overlord, and I saw no expansion, right? Okay. Cool. So we made a spine crawler as a result of that. And now our opponent attacks us right now. He shows up at our base, and believe it or not, he actually has supply lead. He is 3 supply ahead of me right now. But he's definitely not ahead in supply in terms of workers, but he is definitely ahead of supply in terms of army. Because in terms of army, he's got 27, and I have 8. I have 8 supply, and he's at my base right now. And he's got 27. But look what I'm doing. Fully saturated base. If I take 7 drones off of 23, you know what that does? You know what 23 minus 7 is? It's 16. And what does that mean? If I have 7 drones, what are those 7 drones going to do? One of those 7 drones can go take a 3rd base. 3 of those 7 drones could saturate a gas, and the other 3 of those 7 drones could saturate another gas. 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 7. So I have already ideal drone saturation for this base to not only take my 3rd, but also saturate my gas. And then I can start making roaches, which is exactly what we're doing right now. I am starting to make roaches. These are the safety roaches we're going to make either way when we're at full saturation, and it just so happens that our opponent is also attacking us at that exact same time. He gets here. He kills both my queens, and he kills my spine. So I pull my drones because I'm like, okay, it's looking a bit intimidating, right? This is a bit much. Like I could have put my drones faster, or whatever, but he broke my queens and he broke my spine because it was just too much at first. But you know what we can always do if it's too much? We can always pull the drones.
Get coins at rally.io.
Thank you very much, Pyro Monkey, for the Prime. Much love, dude. So I pulled my drones because it was a bit excessive. It was too much. And then he ran me really far away from my base, and because he's doing that, what do? I don't chase him all the way back to his base. Just fucking get him away from your base, and then go back. And why does this make sense? It makes sense because we were making roaches because we were getting attacked. We were making the safety roaches. And while we're getting attacked, we made roaches. And I made enough roaches to feel okay. So now, a second ago, I had 0 roaches, and my queens died. And now I have currently 2, with 4 more about to pop out. So now I'm about to have 6 roaches. I'm about to have 6 fucking roaches, guys. And if this guy attacks me again, when I have 6 roaches can kick the shit out of 8 Marines. No problem at all. So I can now go back into making drones again. There we go. Now look, before I made drones again, what happened? He actually attacked us again, and there's more Marines still rallying across because he's shooting more overlords and shit over here or whatever. It's again a judgment call. You can make more roaches as well Because he's currently still being aggressive. He didn't just run away and that's it. He's still being aggressive, so I made a couple more roaches. And again, now look at the fight. Just take a look at the fight really fast. We are demolishing his ass. So now that we just destroyed everything, all his units died, now we can make drones, and we're happy as hell. And now look at this. Even though a second ago, remember how before that fight happened, we had 51 supply and he had 54? After the fight's over, I have 58. I am 7 supply higher after that fight is over, when we both lost a bunch of resources. And he is currently now 15 supply, or 18 supply lower than he was when it started. He lost 18 supply, and I gained 7 supply throughout the fight. And how does that make sense? Because we're fucking crushing his economy. Same thing as always. Also, Vibe, following him could expose you to a drop, right? No. There's no way this guy can drop me with Marines right now. You gotta realize, this guy went for a fucking mass Marine all-in off of one base. You can't do that and then also go for a standard... Like, if you... This is where time is important in StarCraft 2, okay? It'd be like saying this. It would be like saying this.
Oh,
if I'm gonna go for 2 different builds... If I, as a Zerg player, if I'm going to go for one build that goes defensive, gas, tech, into like really fast broodlords, and then there's another build that just goes for a massive Lingbane all-in. During the Lingbane all-in, the last thing the Terran should think about is that broodlords are coming in the next like 10 seconds. Because you have to pick and choose what you can do with your economy. And my opponent just massively attacked us. It was basically like an all-in with Marines. He still has not expanded. He has not yet expanded. He made a fuckload of racks. So him having medevac drops in my base while I chased him at 4 minutes right here is not feasible. It's not realistic. This is where you have to understand time in StarCraft 2. And I'm going to tell you something right now. The better you get at the game, the more experience you get, the more you'll understand this. But for a Terran player to go for the fastest drops possible, it would probably attack you like on one base around probably like 4:30, 4:45. So yes, around this time would probably be about the fastest drops possible. That could happen. But think about this. If this guy was going to drop me with medevacs, you can't have like 50 Marines as well at that point in time. If you're going to go for like a one base fast drop, you could probably manage to get maybe like 13 Marines or like 12 Marines with that like 1 or 2 medevacs. That's about it. Because again, time is relevant here. Time, like you can only make about that many Marines up to this point while also teching to a starport really fast. And my opponent's already attacking me with basically all the Marines that should be with the medevac. So there's no fucking way that he can hit me with this many Marines, this fast at this point in the game, and then also have another full loaded medevac coming into my base. The only reason why people don't know these things is because if you don't know what time is relevant of in StarCraft. But it is fucking impossible. Because again, it would be like the same thing as saying, what if I did a Lingbane all-in, but at the same time I also went for Broodlords? Like, you can't do that. You could not do that. It's limitations from what you pick and choose. And like, for instance, keep this in mind, okay? Keep this in mind. My opponent attacked us, right? He attacked us with those Marines at 4:20, 4:30 or so. Really, it was actually like at 4 minutes because that's when he really showed up because he killed my queens then. Right around 4 minutes. Look at this. Keep this number in mind. He shows up at my base at 4:10. And this is when my queens die. 4:10. This is where a lot of people, again, they don't realize he did not teleport battlecruisers in my base like 30 seconds after the Marine attack. He teleported battlecruisers in my base like 3 full minutes after the Marine attack. Keep in mind, 4:10 is when he attacks me with these Marines. He probably will not attack me with battlecruisers until after 7 minutes. Look at the time. Still no battlecruisers in my base, right? Still no BCs in my base. Still no BCs in the base. Still no BCs in the base. We're now at 3 minutes after the marine attack. And counting. This is 4 minutes after the marine attack. And counting. He did it 4 minutes later. People always freak out. They're like, oh my god, well... They just think about it. They go back and think about it. And they're like, well, BCs and Marines hit you at the same time. Like, he just did like one after the other really fast. It's 4 fucking minute difference of time there in those attacks. It's actually a lot longer than you might realize. And it's because his BCs were so late. Why were they so late? It wasn't his initial choice. He was hoping to kill me with the Marines. The BCs happened to be a follow-up that he just went into after I didn't die to Marines. So, like, look at this guy. Remember how I talked about guys? What did I say? What numbers did I give you? At, like, what was it? Like, 9:40 or some shit? Or, like, 8 minutes, 9 minutes? I can't remember what the fuck I said. But I did say this guy's supply was going to suck ass. Because then he was probably starting his natural right about now. Something like that, right? I said something around 9 minutes. He's probably starting his natural right about now. Look at his fucking natural. This is abysmal economy. And why did I know that this is what his economy looked like, even though I didn't actually have map hack and see it in the game? Because you cannot fucking Marine all in me, and then Battlecruiser all in me, and then also do another second round of all in with your ground again, with another round of Marines and tank. You cannot fucking make all these units that fast, and also not open with an expansion, and expect to have high supply. I knew his economy and his supply was going to be, like, horribly bad. So here comes our triple prong attack, and this is where the wet noodle situation comes into play, because our opponent just doesn't have any fucking units. You said at 950, 59 supply, I think? Okay, just for fun, I want to see what he was at 950. Pretty good guess, right? Pretty good guess. Like, I can, how did I know that? Again, it's not because I'm fucking cheating or I'm a psychic or something. It's because you can, once you start learning the game, you can predict what supply your opponent's going to be at based off of how they open. Opener sets the pace for follow-up mid-game and late game. You cannot... So, if there's like... Let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. This is something that might make sense to you. There's 3 kinds of openers, okay? There's 3 kinds of openers. There is... A for all in, there is an S for safe, and there is a G for greed. And now let's say off of greed, you can go like this, and now this is SG, and what this means is this is now super greed. This is not safe greed, this is super greed. Let's say right here, this right here is SG again, and this right here is safe greed. This is super greedy. Or, you know, to not make it confusing, let's just say this is double G. It's greedy greedy. It's GG greedy. Super greedy, and this is safe greed. So on and so on, okay? So I want you guys to understand a concept here. If my build opens up with an expansion, if I open up with a supply or like an overlord and then a hatchery, you know what that means? I'm already in the realm of being here. I can commit to safe greed, or I can commit to being safe. I can commit to being greedy or whatever. But let's say my build opens up with like 2 hatcheries before a spawning pool. Well, guess what? I'm only here now. And let's say after I get 2 hatcheries in a spawning pool, let's say I open up with a fucking gas and a spawning pool. Well, now I'm here. I'm in this safe greed realm where I'm being fucking greedy, but I'm starting to play safe with it. Now let's say I open up double hatchery, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking take a 3rd hatchery, another hatchery before I make a pool. So I'm making 4 hatcheries before a pool. I'm building 3 hatcheries, and I already have 1. which takes me to 4 hatcheries before pool. Well, now I'm in the fucking greedy territory. You cannot fucking be 4 hatcheries before pool, and then also at the same time think to yourself, well, he could be 12 pulling me at the same time, though, right? You cannot fucking also 12 pull somebody if you went 4 hatcheries before pool. You can't do that. It doesn't exist. So if you know how to read build openers in StarCraft 2, if you go, he 12 pulled me, he cannot have a fucking good economy. Just like if a Terran player Marine all-ins me, he cannot have a good economy. That's how I fucking know that this dude has shit supply. He cannot have equal supply to me if he opened up with an all-in and then a second all-in and then a third all-in. This guy was like this. Like, imagine the tree was like all-in and then another all-in and then another all-in and then another all-in. And up here is when you got to the point of 2 fucking battlecruisers. And this was like another tank push. Jesus Christ, I can't write with the mouse. Tank push with bio. This was just straight up bio, and this was a bio attack again. If you fucking all in, you don't suddenly just shift gears and you're like, you know what? At 9 minutes in the game after all-inning 4 times, I'll go ahead and fucking shift gears, and now I'm gonna be in the same point in 9 minutes as someone else who played greedy. No, it doesn't exist. It does not exist that way. You cannot do that. It's impossible to do that. You've already set the pace for your game. You can't just shift it and be like, well, now I'm that. You're stuck. You're now committed to what you've done. The only way you can do that and shift gears is if you start a brand new game and you now, from the beginning of the next game, then you go into the fucking greedy side. That's how you can read people's builds. Early game sets the pace for late game. It always works like that. It literally always happens like that. Personally, I like going all in into super save. Yes. That's a good choice. But yeah, you guys get the point. It's you stick yourself into a position that you're forced into now. So now here comes the BCs. Or more BCs are teleporting somewhere. Oh, he teleported back home to heal himself. It's whatever. But now I maxed out, so I push, and we'll see the wet noodle, right? This is the wet noodle concept. Wet noodle concept, guys. Right here. So we see pathways of entry into his base. We pick 3 of them, and then we go. And this is what the fight looks like, right? It's a big wave of Zerg with barely any Terran. It's like 7 Marines. Planetary just gets mowed over. Widowmine dies. Tank dies. BCs are trying to just retreat before they die. And now I'm going to the next base. And now there's like 7 Marauders. And a medevac. And a tank. And 3 BCs now. Now one of the BCs dies. And even if somehow this guy doesn't die right here, which it seems like he's going to, look at my supply. I am just maintaining, maxing out repeatedly because we have enough larvae to do it because we're focusing on macro. So again, this guy played a really all-in style that just didn't really pan out very well. Not enough macro in that bacon. I want to get some coaching from Vibe because obviously me being a Diamond 3 Terran, I don't know everything. And there is probably something I'm just noticing, but I'm broke. I mean, just honestly, if you... No one has to get coaching, right? You guys don't have to buy coaching. I never tell people to buy coaching. It's really... If you want to do it, you can totally do it. But I never really advertise it. It's usually you guys who ask for it, which I'm totally down with. It's fine. But I would say this to you. Just be patient. If you don't have any money... Save your fucking money. Do not buy a coaching lesson from me. Don't fucking blow your money like that. Don't do it. Save your money. And just wait for B2GM to get to the point to where you'll actually learn more shit at your level. Like, if you're, like, already thinking to yourself, well, I know everything he's talking about. So, What else can I learn? I'll eventually get higher and higher and higher, and I'm gonna be throwing fucking bombs all over the place repeatedly about StarCraft in terms of like information bombs. Like this is free, right? No one has to pay for this. B2GM is 100% free, and you guys do. No requirements ever to pay me anything at any point in time to watch it and use it yourself. Obviously, if you want to, I super appreciate it, but no one has to do that. And I also, with the way I said, if you want to, I appreciate it. I don't want to make you guys feel guilty. I'm more than happy that you guys just watch it. The fact that you watch it is already supporting me in the first place, so I do appreciate that a lot. So don't stress too hard about it. Just be patient, and B2GM is gonna literally get higher and higher with skill level, and eventually you'll get to a point where you're like, holy shit, there's like so much stuff I'm learning constantly. This is nuts. Some people are already at that point where they're like players that just don't know how to macro properly. They're probably already getting their fucking minds blown where they're like, oh my god, I can macro like a beast. Okay, I don't know where that probe went, honestly. It's okay. If we get cannon rushed, we'll deal with it. I don't know what he's doing. It's not at my natural, at least. So, because we confirmed it wasn't back here a second ago. So, yeah. Who knows? Let's fix my drones. There's 3 on that patch. There's 1 on this one. Let's fix that. Put that back on there. 5, did you see my raid? I did not see your raid. When did you do it? Thank you for the raid, Varagu. It didn't alert my thingy. I don't even see it on my list, dude. It's either way, much love, man. Thank you. I don't want to look for the raid. It's okay. I appreciate it, though. Much love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Booyah.
Oh, Emperor Kex. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate you, Rugu. Much love, man. Hope you had a wonderful Diablo session. My man. I'm getting hungry. I want to eat. Let's make our larva into drones. Let's make our pool and our roach horn and our Evo. Let's make our oh, is that all gonna live? Ah! I was sure it was gonna die, and then for a second I had hope, and then it died. Don't give me hope. Don't give me hope. And then it gave me hope, and then it died. Classic. Okay, let's go ahead and saturate our gases properly. Saturate those gases. Then gassy. Go ahead and get a roach speed and a weapon upgrade. Now let's start making some roaches. Let's go ahead and get another queen for creep. Transfer a couple extra drones. Oh, I never took my 3rd. Whoops. Started our 3rd base. My bad. I thought I'd started a 3rd. Jesus. It's okay. Put creep in my main base. Keep spawning creep outside my base. Okay, now we're gonna start making roaches. Or drones. I just made I'm so fucking like, my brain is like off right now. I'm making drones now because we just made our safety roaches. And we're gonna start long distance mining our 3rd for a little bit, for a sec. I'm working on my Jackson creeps when I play C2. Nice. Keep it up, dude. Keep it up. Keep improving. Okay, and now let's go ahead and take a hydrogen. Let's take a 2nd Evo. Let's go and take a gas at our main base. Make another round of drones. Let's make an overseer as well so we can start scouting with the map with a changeling. And my third base already really well saturated, so what are we going to do? Like, I have a lot more drones coming as well right now. Let's take another base. Expand again. And let's also take our gases. That way, how many drones are we at? We're at 60, basically 60, because those are going to disappear when I make buildings. So we're just about done.
What would it cost for coaching if your name was I don't know Sergey Mamor? At 4 drinks in aka still listening.
Same as everyone else. No special privileges. Alright, we have our... We can make our hydras now. Why? Because we're fully saturated on our 3 bases. We have 66 drones. So let's go and do that. Let's make a changeling, go down, and scout the left side of the map first.
We require
Making units.
more
We're just
minerals.
constantly going 5S unit. Hydra, roach, drone, whatever we're making. In the meantime, we're injecting our hatcheries, right? Now that we inject our hatcheries, we're going to check all of our creep. Do another spread round. Make another Hydra round until we're at 120. Now we're at 120. We're good to go. So rally all my hatcheries to this new base we just made and go back to making drones again. Make another creep tumor here.
Acceptable command.
And we have a lot of active tumors on the top. Let's go ahead and, for now, there's one thing we could do. We could either put more tumors on the bottom, which actually we kind of should. That looks pretty sparse down there. Let's put maybe like 1 or 2 more tumors on the bottom, and then we'll go back to injecting our 4th base. Current drone count's currently 82. This base also is getting saturated super fast, so let's maybe take a drone and go build this hatchery. And if we're going to take that base, we should get rid of this mineral wall so we can defend it properly. Creep, creep, creep. Creepy, 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 creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. What's going on over here? We got, like, no units. Okay, there we go. We got disruptors and stalkers and void ray. So it's a hybrid. It's Void Colossus now, too. It's a hybrid army. So what are we going to do against a hybrid army? We're going to make a army that can hit ground and air. We're going to make a Hydra army and also some roaches in front, because that way our roaches tank for the Hydras and our Hydras kill the air and everything goes behind the roaches. Gives us a nice engagement. Spread our creep again. Creep, creep, creep. Creep. Make 1 more tuber down here. Creep and creep. And now I would say this whole area of the map probably has a lot of creep on it. Let's go up here and start injecting now.
I was more concerned about surcharges. So good to know we'll reach out at drink 3.
Yeah, dude. Thank you very much, Sir Gamer More. Thank you for the bits, dude. Okay.
Not enough energy.
Let's start giving creep again. Creep, creep, creep. Creep, creep.
Mineral field depleted.
Creep. Creep, creep. And creep. Okay, we're maxed out. I'm gonna go to a hive, transfer some drones off this base that are oversaturated, go here or something. Take my army and let's go down. Some of it goes left, some of it goes right. So let's move my army like right there to go on the left side. Green box a big chunk of it and go to the right. You guys now go over here. We can, while we're waiting for that to happen, let's spread some creep.
Mineral field depleted.
Spread some creep. Spread some creep.
Unacceptable
Spread some creep. And spread some creep. We're going to do another inject really quick. Inject, inject, inject. And now let's take my army and go like this. A move here, because again, that's the box mechanic we're using. A move like right there. Now both armies should go to where they should go. A move there. A move there with shift. Okay, we're still at good drone count. And let's fix our gases here. Let's also make like a lurker den, because we don't want to get to a point where we... what if the base trades, right? And now let's make... What is his army? Carriers and Colossus. So he's still going for ground and air, so let's make another small round of roaches. Like, boom. 15, 14 roaches, whatever. 15 roaches. And then all hydras behind it. And look at the supply. We are maxed. Again. And 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 again. I am just fucking maxing and maxing and maxing and maxing and maxing. Let's go ahead and take a gas here. Let's take another base, because why? Our bases are going to start mining out here as well. We need to start transferring drones in more locations. Just keep making creep. 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 Inject bases. Inject bases. Inject bases. Let's get 3 upgrades going. There we go. And look at our supply. Maxed, 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 maxed. Over and over and over. Let's take some gas because we really need some gas. Grab this hatchery and put the rally point like over here or something, so our units kind of group up properly. Let's make a couple new overseers. And yeah, maybe get some lurker upgrades going so we can fix that too. Transfer some drones around that are oversaturated to a new base that needs drones. We're good. What drone is idle? There you go. And now let's do it again. Let's do the same thing again. Let's spread some creep really fast. Creep while we move our army down, right? We're moving our army down the map. Creep, 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 creep. Okay. Now let's take some of my army and let's go like this. This time let's put my army in a different spot. Let's have some of my army go there, and let's have some of my army go here. Okay, so some of my army is going to be on this side right here, and some of my army is going to be on this side. Okay, well, like right here. Now what can we do is we can go a move like right here, because again this way this army will come around and this army will go down through. So a move, shift a move, shift a move. Go back to our overseers, have it follow a Hydra. What's he got? He's got a mothership. Now he looks like he's got mass air. Doesn't look like we're fighting much of a ground player anymore. So if we see mass air is now his composition, let's stop fucking making roaches. Let's start going mass hydras. It's okay. He's going sky toss. So let's make mass hydras right now. What's it still look like? Yeah, it's a lot of air, guys. That's a lot of air. That's a lot of sky toss action. Okay, get a couple more overseers and make mass fucking hydras. Okay, and this time now, we just broke his bases repeatedly right now. So let's just group our army up this time. And because we're fighting mass sky toss, we don't have to worry as much about having a proper engagement because air units will fly over our ground units. Ground versus ground concaves don't apply anymore when you fight an air army. So now let's stop spreading our army apart. Because we're not fighting a ground army, concave doesn't matter anymore. It's all about shooting air units out of the sky. So get my shit together. And let's just hit the front of his base this time. Now we're going to go back to the maneuverability of what we learned in bronze and silver and gold, which is right, left, right, left, right, left. Let's go right this time because we're already on the right. So let's go like this. A move, shift A move, shift A move, overseers, follow some hydras. Follow a hydra. Inject, 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 and inject, inject. Economy, still looking fucking good. Mineral fields are depleting. Transfer drones away to a new base. Let's take another base while we're at it. Creep spread. Creep spread. Creep spread. Also, what's he got right there? Bunch of hydras, or a bunch of air still. Make another round of hydras. Fucking max out on hydras again. Creep spread. Creep spread. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Now let's do it again. Same thing as before, right? Make another round of hydras and let's do it again. Our gas is definitely on the low end. Let's fix that. Let's get some more gas going quickly. Let's maybe even take some more gas on this side because our gas is super, 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 super low. Okay, we can make some more overseers. Let's go ahead and spread some creep, spread some creep, spread some creep, spread creep. We can't spread there. There's his army. Spread creep, and spread creep. Okay, transfer some drones off this base. This base is mining out pretty hard right now. Put drones on those gases. Put drones on these gases. Drone count still needs some more drones, and now we're good. Look, now he's attacking us, so let's grab my army. And let's go get him. Take my army down, just like we did before in the previous game. And now let's A move towards his air units. Follow a Hydra with an Overseer. Make Hydras in the process. Make another round of Hydras. Make a couple Overseers because he's using a fucking mothership. It can cloak his ass. Look at my supply, guys. I am just maxing. Let's go ahead and take another base. Okay, so now he's pushing us really hard. It's okay. Drone count currently needs a little bit more. It's all good. Okay, let's A move towards his carrier bullshit. And it looks like we're probably gonna, there's a good chance we might lose this one, and if we do, it's okay. It happens, right? It happens, guys. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It's actually pretty fucking close, to be honest. Like, there's almost enough Hydras to overpower these carriers. But at this point now, if you realize you're losing the game, you can try to do this, okay? You can try to do this. Start making more units opposite of where his army is. So these units can kind of gather in the main base, and other units can gather outside the base. That's a lot of carriers? It is a lot of carriers. Carriers are very good. And he's also using disruptors and blowing up my Hydra chunk every time as well.
We require more minerals.
It's micro time. I am not going to micro. I am not microing. It's fucking platinum, guys. I am not microing. So now we have our situation where we're losing all of our overlords, like all of our supply is dying. It's getting kind of wild. Let's go ahead and just A move his base with the army we've now regrouped on the right side of the map. We'll just go for a counter because this game is obviously not going well in terms of defending. We can spread some creep in the meantime while we're waiting for overlords to spawn. Transfer some drones around that need to go to bases that can be saturated properly. Anywhere we can. Okay, he recalled and he just disrupted my Hydras all over the place again. Alright, so at that point now, honestly, it's looking pretty bad. We're about to die. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much we can do here anymore. This guy looks like he's probably got us. Yeah, we're dead. I can't win this here anymore. This is, he's killing my last economy, and I don't have any money. And he has way too many carriers still. Okay. So, he managed to make what's called a death ball, right? He managed to make what's called a death ball. And you can see how good the death ball is. He's got a lot of resources in his advantage in terms of resources lost. Now, that's a little bit of a too steep of a mountain to climb over, okay? It's a little too fucking steep to climb over. So, if we think about it, what went wrong here, right? What happened? How can we fix this? What's the situation? Why is this happening to me? Why the fuck did I die? Who gives a fuck? It's fine. It's not a big deal. It's one game. And it can come down to simple things like your first attack. Maybe it could have been more efficient if it went to a different direction or something like that. It's not that huge of a deal. Also, this guy was chewing our ass alive with those disruptor shots. Like, those things were melting my clumps of Hydras repeatedly. So, if you look at the supply, we are holding supply lead. This is going well for us so far. If you look at worker count, he's got a good worker count. I have a good worker count. He kept up pretty well. He's already going carriers and Colossus and disruptors and all that shit. Here's our first attack, right? Here comes our first attack. So macro-wise, we definitely hit a good threshold of supply pretty early. We're not really too worried about that. One thing I could say that we could definitely these are things that are important, right? One thing we could talk about that it's like, well, that kind of sucked, was something as simple as going, oh, fuck, I thought we already built our third base. And we did not build our third base for probably about like 30 to 40 seconds later until we normally do. And the reason why we didn't build a third base is just it was a mistake. We were talking, I was talking to you guys about other shit, and the third never got thrown down. And then we were like, oh, fuck, got to take the third. That is something that can delay the timer, and it makes your first attack happen later, which makes your opponent have a higher chance to not die. Now, here's what the fight looks like on the first time on our right side. Also, splitting your army against this kind of an army where it's pure carrier pretty much is not the greatest idea either. We did not confirm he was carrier until later. So this first attack might not have been the greatest idea. Because as you can see, he starts, look at the disruptors, right? He blows up chunks of my Hydras. This guy was doing it all fucking game with these disruptors. And then the carriers just mow down the rest of my army. And here comes the other side of my army. We're currently pushing into some cannons. We're pushing into his batteries, whatever. And here comes another. The disruptors that time just ran in and died. Oh, look at this. We actually managed to break this base. So even though we split our army, that was still a decent fight. It happened to go well for us. And the reason why is because he actually threw his disruptors away. That was a fuck up by him, right? Our supply is currently maxed. And now we're starting to break his third base. And then he re-engages us with another round of carrier. With more carrier now than he had before. And he manages to clean up. The game is actually very winnable for us right now. It's super close. So this time, our army moves out. It all gathers up, and we go out again. And we do another split maneuver again. So this time, let's watch the left first and see what happens to the left side. Actually, we'll watch the right side first because it's actually the one engaging the army. So here comes the right side, right? Here comes the right side because it engages the army first. So he's chilling. He's just turtling right now, getting more and more carriers. And we go. And look at him, right? He's all over these fucking disruptor shots. Every fucking time. These disruptors definitely won him the game. Repeatedly. That's like half my fucking chunk right there is just dead. Which means the rest of my army is easily going to die to his carriers. Now, obviously, if we start microing, we can definitely deal a lot better with that. If I'm actually paying attention to the army, there's a lot more things that are going to happen with what we can do to counter disruptors. But for now, again, it's not the priority. The priority is just trying to win the game through your fucking macro. You will play players like this every once in a while that will feel harder, and it's okay. It's not the end of the fucking world. You should not be fucking microing here. Should we be tech switching to Corruptor? Not necessarily either, because if you don't micro Corruptor, they're going to shoot interceptors all day. And if this guy just has a lot of interceptors, there's a chance he'll still win. And also, if he makes Archons, there's a good chance you're going to die. Corruptors are a unit that requires micro. Hydras are a unit that doesn't because, I mean, obviously if you micro it as well, though, it makes it better. But Corruptors are fucking awful if you don't micro it. And I'm trying to avoid you guys from microing right now because, again, that's not the fucking priority. That's not the priority, guys. Get it through your goddamn heads. It's not the priority to micro right now. And if you lose a game, this is the first time I've lost a game in like, what, 25 games? Am I losing every game? No, I'm still going to get fucking diamond pretty fast. Either way. It just so happens that this guy is a disruptor god. It happens. So this army gets fucking destroyed. This army, however, once again pushes this base out. And the Nexus dies once again. He loses disruptors the same way he did the first time. But now there's a lot of carriers. He's got at a point where he's almost like maxed on carriers. He's got 14 carriers now. And now we push the front of his base right here, hardcore, with all of our Hydras. And he actually time warps my army. Like this guy's, he might run like a beast right now. There's another disruptor shot, but that one was kind of whatever because the fight was already over. But yeah, it's just getting to a point now where the carrier count is very high, and now it's you know, now it's going to be hard to deal with it because carriers are a unit that scales extremely well. It is what you call a death ball. Death ball. It's pretty fucking strong. And he's also following it up with disruptor shots. And now we're dead, right? So it is what it is. Don't stress out about it, guys. Games like that happen every once in a while. It's okay. It's not the end of the fucking world. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. He had 88 APM. What a fucking beast. What a legend. But yeah, there's a lot of ways, guys. If that was Masters, if we're talking Masters Zerg versus Protoss, yeah, you better bet your bottom dollar. There's a lot of shit we'll be doing against people who go Skytoss. There's lots of things we can do with Zerg, other than just fucking a move. But you know what that means, though? When I say there's lots of things we can do against Protoss instead of just a move, there's one word to describe what all of those things are, and those things are multitasking. Multitasking.
We require more minerals.
What does Time Warp do? It makes your units attack slower and move slower. It reduces all speed of your unit when you're under the bubble, the Time Warp bubble. It makes your units really bad basically when you're underneath it. But yeah, guys, don't expect to win every game. It's totally fine. It's okay. Once we get to Diamond League, we'll start microing more. Because you want to know what? If I'm looking at that game, even though I just lost that game, okay? Even though I lost that game, you want to know something? I do think that I am becoming a better foundational player than what my opponent who just beat me was. And why is that? Vibe, why? How can you say you think you played better than your opponent even though you lost? Have you ever heard a player say that, by the way? Have you ever watched someone stream and you hear them say, I played so much better than that guy and I fucking lost? Well, sometimes it's just a bunch of malarkey and it doesn't make any sense. Sure. But you want to know what happened that game? I covered the entire map in creep spread. I expanded with a solid economy up to about 7 bases. I had upgrades to 3-3. I was all the way to Hive Tech with good upgrades. I was constantly trying to manipulate the map to my advantage. Fundamentally, I think I had a better fundamental setup than my opponent did that game, even though I lost. Because, for instance, you want to know what my opponent did? He never took more than 4 bases. He repeatedly fortified 4 bases with mass static D and didn't even try to take more of the map. He turtled that whole fucking game. He never got his upgrades beyond 1-1-1. He was on 1-1-1 when that game ended. He never went 2-2-2 or 3-3-3. I was fighting 3-3 fucking Hydras against 1-1-1 Sky Toss. He sat there, he turtled, and he made carriers. Fundamentally, we played a more solid game than our opponent that game. So I should not be upset that I lost. It makes no fucking sense to be upset about that. I played a better game. He just went for a really easy to use strong composition and turtled on it, and it happened to work. But as soon as we start multitasking, we're going to be so much better off than him. Because we are fundamentally a stronger player. Okay, we just lost 4 drones to a Reaper. Do I give a fuck? No. I don't care one bit. Again, micro is not what we're doing right now. I think people in general always get caught up way too much in win and loss, and they don't actually respect how you got there. And that win was what I like to call a fluke. Now, I don't mind that guy beat me. I'm not trying to discredit his win. It's totally fine. Congratulations for winning the game. I don't mind. It's all good. But wins like that are like you're like wiping the sweat off your forehead, being like, holy fuck, I actually won this game. What? Because fundamentally, you should lose if you have way less fundamentals than your opponent. You should not be winning games like that. Usually, you're not going to win games like that. On average, you will lose. That game was literally chalked up to disruptor shots plowing Hydras to death and then carriers turtling until you have max carriers. Right? And that's not it's what you like to call, another word to say it is, it's a gimmick. Gimmicky play does not reflect solid play, which does not reflect continuous advancing of MMR. Gimmicky play usually is something that will get you somewhere and then it'll kind of stop working. And I'm not saying that Protoss player is bad. I don't want people to think that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the way we lost that game is not something to be ashamed of. It's not like, oh my god, I can't believe we lost that game. There's so much positiveness in there if you just understand how to read it. There's such a good takeaway if you understand that, which is your fundamentals are better than your opponent. If the game looks like that when you lose. So stick with it. Get your fundamentals even better and better and better, and eventually you will crush. Yeah, let's make our drones for our third. Spread our creep. Get the screen over here to spend creep. Keep making drones. What's up, Eggnog? What's up, dude? We can take our Hydrogen and our second Evo. That gimmick also works in GM, doesn't it? I'm gonna tell you right now. Adapt. No. Oh man, you guys are hard to teach sometimes. I'm not gonna take what you said seriously. You're basically saying, do carriers work in fucking GM? Yes. But if you genuinely, okay, I hope to God you're trolling. If you genuinely took what I just said as he made carriers, and that's it. If that's all you interpreted from that was that he made the unit called carrier, I will let this one slide and I won't ream you for it. Okay, I'll just be like, yep, uh-huh. Good God. Okay, let's go ahead and make our overlords. Let's make an overseer, and let's also make our hydras. Inject, inject, inject.
Mineral field depleted.
Make the Roni boys. Let's make a changeling and go scout the map right now. Also, let's spread our creep. Spread our creep. Spread our creep. Spread that creep. Creepy, creepy, creepy.
I have a hard time with losses, and I really appreciate that message about focusing on your fundamentals and shaking off the loss that way.
Yeah, no, like the fact that I lost doesn't mean shit, honestly. I'm 100% confident that if we multitasted all that game, I would crush that guy. Okay, he's here, so we just A-move his army. We can make Hydras in the meantime and Roaches and stuff because we're not sure how this fight's going to go, right? We're not really watching it. We just know he's got a ground army. And now we're looking back at it. It's still going, so definitely want to keep making units. We don't want to die right now. Keep making creep spread while we're waiting for units to be made. Let's inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries, inject our hatcheries. My queen died over here, so let's make another one. Keep making units, right? We're chilling right now. Keep making units. Don't freak out. It's not time to freak out. Let's go and take another base. Make another round of units. This guy's being very aggressive. It's okay. Now he's attacking that. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Spread some creep. Okay. And we're super close to the ideal drone saturation. And he actually backed off now. We were making grenades for a little while. So let's make a quick round of drones. Just a quick one. Like 5 drones or so. Now we're in the 80 plus range. And it looks like now he's pushing me again. So let's move our army towards that direction. He's being very aggressive about killing my creep. Let's go ahead and shut that shit down real quick. And let's fix the creepy kills. Okay. Let's move this direction right here. Get rid of this shit from Terran. Take our gases. We just need like 5 more drones and we're done. And we're done. So let's go back to making roaches and hydras. Now, he's not attacking me anymore. He was killing my creep, which is why I used my army to defend myself, right? We told my army to go over there because he was killing my creep. But am I going to go just suddenly attack his base now? No, because you want to know why? He is running away. He is not throwing his armies away. He is running away. And if he runs away, if I chase him... Oops. If I chase him all the way to the back to his base, there's a good chance I'm going to throw my army away in a small number. We do not want to get baited like on a fishing hook back to his base and go, I'm dead. Just let him run away. Like, I push him off my creep, ideally, like we did, and then fix our creep and wait for him to push back onto my creep again. Otherwise, we can just, you know, max out and then push for real with a real army. Okay, let's get some fucking creeps. Get some creepy. Get some creepy. Creepy. Okay, and now we're maxed out. We know he's got a base, or Are you pushing me right now? Killing my creep again. Does he have a base here? He does not have a base there. Okay. So we can try and save my creep again. Okay, he's backing off. Alright, so let's check and see if he's got a base right here. Is there a base right there? Well, there's an army right there. And yeah, there's tanks right there. So let's do this. Let's hit this base. Let's go like this. A move half my army right here. Green box half my army to like right here. And now let's A move my whole army. There, shift there, 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 there. Overlord, follow a Hydra or something in the back. Call it a day. Fix my economy wherever I can. Fix drones. Drone count's still really good. Make a round of roaches because he's got a ground army. Make a round of Hydras behind it. Get 3/3 upgrades once we get a hive. Make my ejects. Fix my economy. Fix those drones that are oversaturated. Transfer them somewhere new that needs drones. Take our gases. You know, that gas is fucked up. We can take our gases here too. And so on and so on and so on. And then again, go back to making Hydras again. Remax. Do it all over again. Keep the presses going. So, this game, it's all good. Again, right? We just went right back to winning games again. With the same concept we've been doing before. Our fundamentals are trying to get improved more and more and more and more and more. We're not sucking dick with our fundamentals because that's what's going to make the difference. So, for instance, the Reaper. Remember the Reaper, guys? Here's an example. Remember this fucking Reaper? Who just got in my base and he just pounded my drones like a madman? Look at this Reaper. Jumps in my cliff. I didn't make Zerglings here. We will eventually in Diamond League. Trust me, we will when we do Speedling openers. But in again, we're plat. We're just doing a Roach standard B2GM build. If you want to, you could totally try to save a drone here and there and like pull the drone away that's getting shot. You could do that. But you definitely don't want to run your whole fucking mineral line away. You'd want to only pull the drone away that's currently taking damage. But if you don't do that, like I didn't do it, watch the situation. It's okay. Look, Reaper has 0 kills. Now it's got 1. Now it's got 2. Now it's got 3. Now it's got 4 kills. He killed 4 fucking drones. And you might feel like to yourself, you're like, oh shit, that sucks. That is brutal. That sucks. But we're still okay. Like, obviously, that does suck cock. It's really bad that that happened, right? But at the same time, I'm still in this game very realistically. I'm still very realistically in this game. We're still tied on workers, and I'm still ahead in supply. And I'm now ahead in workers again. And let's go back to my opponent's base really fast. During this whole time he was attacking my drones. Let's just see it really quickly. Let's see his command center. Look at the command center. And let's watch his production. Right? So no breed's being made. Nothing's being made out of the add-on. Nothing like that. Okay. Now he's lifting it off and floating. Command center started SCVs. Okay, he's doing this guy. I'm starting to see it already. My opponents now are starting to macro a little bit more while they micro. What we're seeing right now is we're actually starting to see like the last like this guy especially. He's actually starting to multitask a little bit. He just made 2 SCVs right as Reaper got there, and then he made another SCV right as the Reaper was killing drones. And he also lifted and floated the command center, or the barracks. He actually did shit in his base while attacking me with his Reaper. People are actually starting to multitask here. The upper platinum, people are starting to get little remnants of multitasking. That's good, because you have to have that. But look at the command. Look at the barracks now. The barracks did fucking nothing, right? Like, just think about this for a second. Look at the racks. It lifts, it lands. He multitasks that, right? He lands at 241. He lands the barracks at 241. And at 256, he makes an add-on. And he does nothing in the meantime. This is another example. And also look at the SCV who built the depot. He just fucking sat there the whole time after he built the depot. This is the thing where, again, are we seeing perfect multitasking? Definitely not. But are we seeing an attempt of multitasking? Yes. It's starting to happen, but it's still fucking super sloppy. But it's starting to happen with people in this, like at this level of skill. It's starting to happen. And you are more than welcome to try to start multitasking yourself. Like, for instance, try to defend your drones while also making drones. You're more than capable. I think in Plat 1, I will actually start microing my drones. For people who attack me, I will start actually microing my drones in Plat 1 because this guy's actually multitasking right now in Plat 2.
Are you going to learn to multitask as well to keep up at Viber lol?
Yep. Hell yeah. I'm going to start actually microing my drones a little bit. We'll actually start incorporating a drone micro. Defensive, not aggressive, but defensive drone micro. We'll start talking about drone micro a little bit. Because again, it's when no actual army's happening. You're not actually microing an army. You're microing workers against like a fucking Reaper, for instance. So I'm actually going to start doing it. Seeing how this guy's playing. This guy's playing better than I thought. And again, at this point now, we've drilled in macro in your head so fucking much. I think you guys can handle probably defensive droning in the first like 3 minutes of the game. It's like baseline super basic micro. And it's not microing my army. It's just microing my economy. And it's not even going to be intense micro either. It's going to be super simple micro. Okay, so anyways, whatever. So he kills 4 drones. He backs off. Game goes back to a macro game. It's all good. We're chilling. We make our units. Gecko, thank you for the 19-month resub as well, by the way. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now he comes forward with an attack, right? He comes forward with a tank timing, and he kills my creep. And he's sieging up right here. All these kinds of stuff. Now our army goes forward, and this is what the fight looks like when we weren't here. Our army is getting kind of a bad engagement, right? So there's another example of bad micro in the fight. One of the things we could have done there is we could have not only moved my army through the choke point, so my army didn't get so stuck into it, and my army was walking in circles behind it, like for the units that were out of range. But also another thing we could have done is I could have grabbed Hydras and spread them out, like let them shoot, spread them out, let them shoot, spread them out. And what this does is it makes tanks do less AoE. We'll talk about that as well later on. It's not what we're going to do all right now. It's not happening in Platinum. Just giving you ideas of what we could have done there to make that fight so much better for us, efficiency-wise. But again, we're not fucking doing that yet. So, idea, but not being executed yet. Because as you can see, even though we didn't micro, we still fucked him up pretty bad. Because after the fight's over, all the tanks are dead. He's got a couple new units here, but we've just increased the supply lead for ourselves over him. And why is that happening? Look at the economy. Same fucking story as always. 4 bases to 2 bases. We are crushing the economy, so we're maxing so much goddamn faster. Now he's flying around with a Raven and Hellions, killing all my creep, being super annoying. It's all good. We're just trying to replace the creep as it dies. It's all G. We're making an effort to keep our creep spread going. We're not just going to let our creep spread die and then just let it die forever. And then finally, our attack. This once again falls into the category of a little bit of a wet noodle. This guy did pretty good in the early game. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. Killed 4 drones, and he also macroed a little bit during it. But then, for instance, like look at this. Here's a like go back. Like, why is he so far behind now? Right? Why is he so far behind? Check this out really quickly. Go back to it. I was like a little bit further too far. Okay, right about. We'll see it in just a second. Now I went back a little too far. So like right here. Look at the supply. 30 supply lead. Now watch production during this fight. Does he actually macro like a boss during this? He's got the ability to use 3 tech lab factories and 1 reactor factory and 1 tech lab starport. So what's being made right now is pure Hellions and a Raven. Not ideal for the tech lab factories. Just throw it out there. Watch the production though. Watch production. Nothing's happening in the starport. Nothing's happening in half of those factories. Nothing's happening in all of those factories. And then he just goes back to making 5 more Hellions again. I think 5 more Hellions is kind of a panic move. Because 5 Hellions is not going to get the job done here. If his whole army dies. And he's just going to start making Hellions off of tech labs. Again, it's just like... but he at least did it. The concept is there. Was a little bit delayed. But overall, again, he's doing baseline multitask. He's trying to macro a little bit during fights. So I gotta give him props for that at least. But yeah. He's making way too many fucking Hellions, honestly. So I feel like one of the reasons why he dies is because he takes a fight. It was ill-advised because he was never in the lead. So situating tanks like that just got fucking murdered was not great. And then on top of that, he's going mass Hellions, which is not going to be a very powerful army either. And he just gets bopped when I do an attack because he's got mostly Hellions defending himself. Which is right about now when the attack happens. Right here. So like, look at the amount of Hellions, right? He's got 18 fucking Hellions. It's a lot of Hellions. That's too many Hellions. So we just murder him right here. The Hellions just die so fast. And then what's coming out of the factories behind this? He's actually making tanks. Okay, good shit. I was about to say, if he's making Hellions again, it's just, you know, good intentions, but not great. The Hellions are pretty shit at this point. Like, some is okay, but definitely don't want to go mass Hellions. Well, yeah, I mean, it just really, ultimately, another thing what it came down to is that our opponent only had 3 bases at the end of that game. 3 bases, and we're on fucking 6 again, right? We have a ton of economy. So, it's just not enough. It's not enough. It is not enough. Wait, what? Did the MMR fix itself again? What's happening right now? I thought I needed to get 3100. Now it says I need to get 3026, which is what it was before. I'm so confused. I have no idea. Alright, it's a Terran player. Terran.
We require more
Saturate
minerals.
patches that need to be saturated with doubles. Like
We
this patch right there.
require more minerals.
Nice. Hey Vibe, would you say doing meth and or coke would improve your performance? No, I don't think so. I think it'll just fuck you up, dude. I don't advise it.
We require more minerals.
This guy's Terran, right?
Require
Yeah?
more
Yeah,
minerals.
okay. Just want to make sure. Yes, he's Terran. I would like the input of someone as wise as Vibe. You're talking about doing drugs? No, don't fucking do drugs and play StarCraft. That's... That better be trolling again. Whoops, I didn't spend any of my larva. What am I doing? Reading chat. This guy's talking about doing cocaine and shit. Okay, so check this out, right? Our opponent does not have a natural. This suit is Black Note. Okay, let's go deeper into his base. What do we see? A factory.
5 SD.
Thank you, Hellscream, for the 11 months, dude. Masha, fine. Thank you, man. Okay, he does have a natural, so he just built it in the main base. So, see, that's why we got the main, guys. Now we know it's a fucking expansion build still, so we're not going to build this flame crawler. We don't need it. It's unnecessary. Unnecessary. Also, just a little bit of advanced scouting information. I can already guarantee you that these two buildings are going to swap. No one fucking builds a tech lab first and a barracks and then makes a factory. Doesn't make any sense because you can't afford to go for a stim pack and also make factory units. That factory is probably going to swap with that barracks, and he's probably going to make tanks. And he's got double gas, which means I would not be surprised if he goes to a fast starport or multiple factories. Okay, we'll talk more about that later on. We don't need to understand that yet in Platinum. It's just a fun read that I kind of can give you right now based off of what we already see. Anybody who's actually going to use a reactor on a Rax or a reactor on a factory means they're probably going to use more things like bio units, or they're going to use more things like Hellions. And those things don't cost nearly as much gas, and they require a reactor to make efficiently. So if this guy was actually going to go bio, he can't afford to go for a factory and stim pack together. He has to do one or the other, and he chose a fucking tech lab and a factory, which means he's going to swap it. Now this barracks very well might make a reactor afterwards, and he might still go bio. Just open up tanks first. That is very possible. But you can tell this is not fucking some early bio. A little bit of a fun fact there for you. Let's transfer some overlords around to open spots on the map. Let's get a crypt tumor going into my main base, and let's transfer my drones now to my third, so that I can actually properly set up my third. Let's also send like 2 roaches over here to defend my third in case this Reaper doesn't leave. Yo, Rakish Recluse, thank you for the sub. Much love, dude. Much appreciated. Get our upgrades of roach speed and also roach weapons. Excuse me. Make some creep. Injector hatcheries. Make some drones. Injector hatcheries. Okay, we have a lot of drones already coming here, so let's take a drone and make an evo chamber, a hydrogen, and another gas. Why? Because why did I do that again? Look at my third base. It's fucking got a lot of drones on it already. And I'm still making more. So I can easily afford it. And now we want to get ready to now start going into hydras once we have our tech.
It's really awesome how powerful this build is even at higher levels. I just won a game in Diamond 2 where I lost 10k, 50%, more resources than my opponent and still overpowered him through pure macro.
Hell
85
yeah.
drones for life, baby, yeah.
Fuck yeah. No, 100%. I know that's a very big possibility at higher level because the only thing that happens... Okay, we're going to go... Let's talk about it later. Make spores. Let's move our drones away. Move our drones away. Move down to the natural. Make spore. We can grab our queens. We can group our queens up. We can make a new sound of queens. Why are we doing this? Because our queens can help a lot at dealing with the BC. Remember how I told you guys he's probably going to make a fast starport? He's probably got tanks defending his base while he goes BCs really quickly. Okay, what did we just make as well? I just made a round of drones. And why did I make drones? Because I have spores at my bases now, and I just made queens that can help deal with the BC. Awesome. Now I can go into making Hydralisk, because I have a good drone count still. There we go. Now we have a really good drone count. Transfer some drones to the gases. Okay, run these drones away for a second. Go back to mining now, because he's running away with the BC. Okay, we can tell our queens to go over there and attack towards that. Queens are pretty fucking good, guys, early game when you don't have hydras yet. They're really nice. Drone count currently still at 67. I am now making hydras like we said before. Look at this, I can tell my hydras, hey hydras, go attack towards that BC. Because now we have hydras too. And look at that BC. It's dead. So let's inject our hatchery. Let's inject the hatchery. Let's inject the hatchery. Transfer one drone down. Make drones for that base. Did I freak out there and make a bunch of roaches? Did I freak out there and make a bunch of Zerglings? No. All I did was I made a couple queens because my hydras weren't ready yet. Because queens can also hit air. And then I made fucking drones. So I did lose drones, but I remade drones while I lost drones. And I just made spores, 1 spore per base as well, because he's got BC in my fucking base. Now let's take another base. And we just made drones again, and now we're going to be super set on our next base.
Vibey, vibey, vibey. Getting more and more stoked on watching Diamond League when you get there. Gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
taking a lot of notes.
Hey,
Much
dude.
love.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. For the bits, 39 stripes. Oh yeah, dude, thank you. Let's use our Overseer. Let's drop a couple changelings and have one go left, one go right. And let's get an idea on his base count and his overall build. Like, is he still going battlecruisers or what is he doing? Let's get an infestation pit, move a drone away from this base, and go take another drone at another base. Drone count is still good, 86. That's money. Super nice. Still making units. We can get our upgrades going to 2-1. Get injects, get injects, get injects. Transfer drones. We're getting attacked right now by ground. Okay, so now we make roaches as well. It's a ground mech. Notice how we called this build before this build even happened? And again, I don't expect you to do that yet, but it's cool that you can kind of like think about, once you get to the point where you can think about it, it's really nice once you can actually break the game down like that. When you can logically understand what someone's going to do before they do it. Because they're the way they invest their money. Okay, let's go ahead and build some more creep. Build some more roaches and some more hydras. Take a hive. Fix our economies that are fucked up there. 2 off that one, 2 off of this one. Send them over somewhere else. Make a spore there. Again, so we don't lose whatever it's called. We don't lose drones that are just undefended. Okay. We can grab one queen and have it go inject this base permanently. And these 2 queens are kind of whatever now.
Your content is better than a game expansion or huge content patch.
Yo, Felix, thank you for the 20. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you like it so much, dude. Hell yeah. And also, Gorgius, thank you for the 5.
In vibe you coined from rally.io.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Okay, let's inject, inject, inject. Does he have a base here? Am I seeing nothing? There's no base here. Okay, so let's take half my army, go there. Green box half my army. And let's go, like, up here. Okay. And now what we can do is look at my army's positioning, right? We want to hit this base. So how about I do this? Well, another thing we could do is also bring this army up and have it go there and have the other half of my army go here. That would also work. Let's go like this. Now my armies are spread out around it. Let's A move here. Shift, A move there. Shift, A move there. 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 Okay, what's he got for an army? He's got a lot of ground. You know what I'm going to do then? 1/3 roaches, 2/3 hydras. In the meantime, let's inject. Let's inject. Let's inject. Let's start our upgrades. 2-3 upgrades. Let's fix drones that are oversaturated. Let's make a round of roaches. Let's make a round of hydras. I'm already maxed again. Let's make 2 drones on gases there, because again, we want to keep making our gas run. Let's throw down. Let's use rapid fire and go. Oh, we have a lot of creep tubers here. Hold T and just go. We just injected or rapid fired all that. We just took all that. There we go. We're spreading our creep, spreading our creep, spreading that creep, and spreading the creep. And we're maxed out. Okay, let's fix my economies anywhere we need to. GG. And now again, let's see the situation, right? What does this game look like? How well does that BC do? And look, see, remember how I told you I could guarantee he was gonna swap? And I bet he makes like 1 tank and then goes battlecruisers. Classic. He's making Hellions, actually. This is one of those moments where if you were going to just make Hellions, you might as well have made a reactor. That's why it makes no sense. This is now just inefficient Hellions. Because a reactor lets you make 2 at a time, whereas a tech lab only lets you make 1 at a time. He's literally not even using the tech lab. It's doing nothing right now. And there's the tank. Okay, so he now teleports in my base with that battlecruiser. And let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. So far, 1 unit has died. That 1 unit was a Reaper, I believe, from the Terran player, because it died to like my roaches or something. When my roaches went to go defend my 3rd base, did one of these guys have a kill? No. The Queen does, though. I think the Queen might have killed the Reaper. It's all good. Doesn't matter. Now, how does this BC do in my base? We run away from it. We tell our Queens to attack towards the BC. So far, we've lost 11 units. to this BC. 2 more queens die, or well, at least 1 does. More drones are dying over here. It's annoying, right? You're like, oh my god, Vibe, you've already lost 13 workers. Yet you still have 59 versus 42 because you're still making workers in the process. I am not reacting to this by making roaches and zerglings. Who fucking cares? Just make drones as drones die. Try to save drones if you can, but just make drones. Just make drones. So even though I've lost 13, I'm still ahead by 17. That's a lot of drones. Like, that would mean that if I didn't lose any drones, I'd be ahead by 30. It's a fucking ton. And then finally we have our queens rotate around here and try to help. He runs away from the queens, and then he runs over towards the hydras. And now that I have hydras, why am I making hydras now? Why am I making hydras now? It's because our economy is fucking solid. Our economy is really good again. And I'm not like... I don't have like a fully saturated main. Only 12 drones on the 3rd base and like 4 drones on the 3rd base. I don't have these weirdly undersaturated mineral lines and horrible economy. No, my economy is perfect. The only thing that's missing right now is my gas. One of my gas is at my 3rd because the battlecruiser just fucking killed more drones at it. But I started making hydras when I was fully saturated. And I prioritized that. And look at the BC. Look, it has got kills. It's gotten some kills. It killed another drone again. But look at my drone count. I'm still fucking cruising. I am still cruising with a good drone count. And all said and done after that BC ended, after the BC attack ended, I lost a little bit more than he did. He killed 16 units. I've only killed 2. I killed the Reaper and the BC. He killed 16 units, which was a mixture of between like drones and queens. And maybe like an Overlord or something. But we're still ahead by 50 supply. Because we macroed during the process. I wasted no time. I macroed. And we're still making drones. Why are we still making drones? I mean, the BC fucking died and we're at our safety checkpoint anyways. Perfect time to make drones. BC's fucking dead. Now look at that drone count. Look at that supply count now. Now our supply is going to go insanely fast to 200 because we have ideal drones. We're at the threshold of good drones, which is why no longer are we only ahead by 50 supply. Now we're ahead by 70. And now we're 80. And then look, he attacks us, right? He does. This is another turn player who attacks early with really exposed tanks. This will never work if you macro properly. This only works versus people who fuck around way too much and don't know what they're doing. So he sieges he sieges tanks and he walks Hellbats into me. But do you think he would realize that after his BC did a lot of damage, that he's down by 80 fucking supply? I don't think he would think that. Which is why he took this fight. And then suddenly he's like, what the hell? Oh my god, that's a lot of Zerg. Alright. And now we're doubling supply. So here's the final fight too. We'll just go to the final point. So here's the final fight looks like. So he runs away from this army and he starts running back to over here. I think he scanned me up here because I was walking in a sensor tower and he's freaking out because he's like, oh my god, Zerg's here. And Zerg's here. Oh my god. Freak out. And he gets right in the middle and then he tries to siege. But the big surface area attack here is just so fucking overwhelming that it kills everything. Kills all the Hellbats, kills all the tanks while they siege, kills the planetary being fully repaired by the SCV mineral line. Everything dies, right? And look at the supply during all of this. Guys, I just lost a lot of units there. Before to the BC, I lost, what, like 16 units or some shit? I can't remember now. But I've lost now a total of 51 units. But I'm still maxed out. Macroing during the fight. So it means that this would never end. I have another wave of units already made, and I have another 7 more hydras again on top of that being made as well. This as soon as this dies, another one's already in his face. Like it just doesn't end. It's a fucking parade push of death. Death and destruction. Oh, is that it? Well, that was a bit of a longer league there for us. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's all making sense for you overall, pretty much. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be doing Platinum 1 to Diamond 3 in the next video. So guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great day. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll see you maybe in a couple minutes if you watch the next video right away. So I'll see you guys later. Good luck in your own games, and peace. See you guys.